Here we go.
That's low. I think only you can hear that.
It's going out. You can't hear it?
Nope.
Can you hear it now?
Nope. It sounds like it's in your headphones.
What's up, everybody?
Hey everybody, sorry.
Yo, I don't know. I wasn't looking at the stream, so I couldn't tell if y'all could hear our music or not.
I
So
feel like maybe no.
you couldn't hear it. You said, "Hey, no."
Nope.
Hmm. Oh well. What's up? What's up? We back. I'm gonna
Hey
try it again,
everybody.
just 'cause I feel some type of way now.
Now he feels some type of way.
Maybe I didn't check the joint again.
It happened because you yelled at me about my music and you came on. It was karma.
Oh, I didn't click the button like we were supposed to. So now I'm gonna run it back.
Oh, he's gonna run it back.
I'm gonna run it back. So,
Because we
ladies
can
and
do that.
gentlemen,
This is our show.
it's our show. So y'all got to party with us one time. Here we go. But we sure know how to understand. Living in ruins of the palace within our dreams. And we know we're on each other's feet. That's right. We're on each other's feet. We're on each other's feet. Say what? We're on each other's feet. Got you, cat. Everybody hands up. Hey, I'm kinda over getting told to throw my hands up in the air. Hey, so there. Hey, Hey. So there.
Oh, don't bang.
Celebrating birthday tonight. It's in the row. Go best friend, that's my best friend. Yeah. Come on, come on. Go best friend, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. I did
All
this
right,
for you.
we're gonna cut that short. Yeah, we're gonna cut that short.
With the fade out, I had to do that. You know what I'm saying?
So yes, that was
Now we really back
our
in it.
that's one of our favorite songs from one of our favorite bands. Because guess what, guys? You can like multiple bands and multiple artists. So that was Backyard Band, Go Go Music, official music of Washington D.C. That is one of our favorite songs that we like to play for ourselves to motivate ourselves as a team.
And I was gonna choose some other music, and I was like, I don't know. I had to go with
Wow,
it.
this was the
Also, because Go Go won't get flagged, and we
I
can
didn't
get
want to play.
permissions.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to play it too long because I still, I don't sleep on that part. But yes, we were not going to get flagged. That I do. It wasn't going to be like 87 countries. Like they be tripping. So, what's the name of the show? How
The
y'all
name of this show is this.
doing? Oh yes,
What? Social life.
socializing during a pandemic.
This is it.
This is it. Hey guys, we're socializing.
This is our social life. We have our beverages and
Hmm.
our everything else is
Yeah,
cannabis and other
herbs and
herbs and spices.
fruits and
I had a
I have
vegan.
some some I like to call it the Michelle Obama.
Mhm.
After Michelle Obama decided to come out into the world and crush everybody's faces with
With
her
that.
with her Bordeaux colored custom coat and outfit.
Now you got to say it how you said it. She came out looking
She
like a
came
tall
out looking
glass of
like a
Bordeaux,
tall glass
and
of
I
Bordeaux,
was like,
looking
"Pour
like
me
a
one, yeah,
bomb ass about
yeah."
that. I was like, God, like,
Right? Pour me a glass, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But like for real, that's the crazy part because like I saw the color and I was just like, and this is actually a color I do gravitate towards like in the fall time. But this was a so we had the year of cranberry, we've had the year of wine. This was like a richer Bordeaux colored. If you don't know what a Bordeaux is, it's a red wine,
Yeah, that
a dry
red
red wine.
wine
So
that just
y'all don't know
burn.
nothing about that. That's just that's my jam sometimes.
It come
Mm,
from Bordeaux, France.
A
Okay,
Bordeaux, a
Bordeaux, Bordeaux.
a
Yeah.
Malbec would also be lovely. Um, yes.
I have
So
red wine in the refrigerator.
there
I
are
think
some blends that I have
the
enjoyed.
kitchen.
There are some blends I've enjoyed, but I'm picky about some of them because some of them taste like raw meat still.
I got a good blend that was given to me by a friend.
Hmm.
She knows property, Clarice de Grad. If y'all need real
Clarice,
estate agent, she gifted
I
me
love
a
that you always say her name like this. Okay.
well, she gifted me a beautiful blend, a red blend of wine that
Mm,
was very delicious. That I still
cool.
have a little bit of
I
some.
don't know what this exactly is I'm drinking right now, but it is. So I'm going to start this story like this. This time last year, I was preparing to have my birthday party at Felicity, and it was a fun-filled birthday weekend full of live events full of humans. February 21st,
Full of humans, right?
2020. I had a good year of socializing and partying and working and looking forward to the many events that we will be working and creating and enjoying and also working.
Right.
And as we prepare to do another enjoyable Sunday of socializing and partying and mingling with humans, we were then snatched. All our dreams were squished right before our eyes, right at the venue on a Sunday afternoon around brunch time, where an emergency procedure was then put in place on a Sunday,
Emergency
enforced
procedure.
on a Sunday. Shut
News
it
came
down.
down the wire.
Shut it
The
down.
coronavirus
Shut
has
it down.
hit
Now
the
it had
United
trickled.
States
It
shores.
had trickled by then. It was like, we still outside. We don't really know we don't have no restrictions.
It's not really here. It's over there in it's in New
Then
York.
all these things start coming in, and me and Matt looked at each other like, yeah, I don't think this party's going down today. That was March. That was it, guys. That was then. And then we
Socializing.
began this life. So I just needed to express to y'all where our energy had to go. Every Sunday we were out. And then there were other days on top of that we were out. Okay? We work with a band. So we are out with live energy, guys. Okay? In the city, in Washington, D.C., having lots of fun. Okay? Okay? And then everything was snatched away. No live music, no humans, no dancing,
No
no chicken,
congregating
no
upon the
chicken
bar.
wings, no chicken wings, no nothing.
No nothing.
Do you guys know
No
that I
eating that at a restaurant.
literally did not eat out until about midsummer? I think I started eating other people's food other than the food that I prepared for myself. Like, yeah, I just need y'all to know what that slowdown looked like for some people. Now, in my life outside of those times that I'm out, this is not that abnormal for me. So my adjustment was a little different from most people. And that's because most of my work is on the computer, and I own my own business and I control my hours. So that part wasn't an adjustment. What was an adjustment was the lack of human contact. Then having to kind of figure out as a single female, like, what does that look like in the dating world? You know, and it has been a very interesting year. It's been an interesting year. Matthew, how did these beginnings of the new normal? How did you take that?
Who,
How was your
me?
your
Mr.
social life?
Outside? Lord. I tell you
It
that
was just getting
my
warm too. I
mental
just want to
and
remind you.
physical self was going through a tumultuous time because I'm outside. I don't really stay in the house. I do a lot of outdoor activities. We go out, like I socialize, like I'll just go and walk around, just and walk into a bar, just go, just do something. I'm single, I'm free, I don't have anything to do in the house, you know, and I had to change because I couldn't, like, it was a restriction. Like the most I could do is like go on hikes in the woods, away from people. And like that maintained me and grounded me because that's my
You
thing. So,
know,
but
yeah.
yeah, um, my homies and I like got on Call of Duty. Like I was like, well, I guess we play video games.
Oh my god.
It's in the house. Yeah,
I feel like that game has
should have
made
never
so
did
much,
that.
that game has made so much money during the pandemic.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. And then like right as the pandemic hit, you would think that like Activision Blizzard like were a part of this conspiracy of COVID-19 because like they released Warzone literally like a couple months before the pandemic really
When did
hit.
when?
Um the exact release I want to say
Give me an estimate.
cuz I got in like season 3. So I want to say like October time frame they
Hmm.
released Warzone. So they had released Modern Warfare
Okay.
already. Then they released Warzone, which is their new online free multiplayer. I mean, war battle royale,
Okay.
which was like what Call of Duty got a battle royale because it was all this big hoopla, Fortnite, and all these other games that have like these super battle royales and stuff. So that comes out, people are getting hype about that. Then the pandemic hits, and literally, like, the next 3 months, by summertime, like, you think everybody and their mother has bought a PlayStation or Xbox or PC and it's got on Warzone, and then, like, their stock just went like skyrocketing. Like, they had more downloads than they could imagine in like months. Like, it was just crazy. So, like, that's the social life though. Like, I have all new friends online gaming. Now, being that I'm a production person, like,
Right.
the good thing about it, I was already talking, thinking about doing some e-gaming stuff and tournaments and things like that. COVID and just like being able to kind of dive into the gaming world taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about streaming too. Taught me a lot about like the virtual world, because gamers have like the virtual social world like down packed. The different gaming sites and platforms for streaming and just like things like Discord and just Twitch for as the main ones are
Hmm.
like great places where they congregate and are able to communicate with each other and just like play games and like really live in like a different world. So that has been a great experience to kind of really understand a new way of socializing for real in these conditions. I think there's going to be more broadening and opening of like the gaming and the live virtual world
Hmm.
where like to go to events. We're going to be able to do like more virtual like in-game events, like Fortnite did a concert with Travis Scott in their platform. And then I think you were telling me, our little bro Kyrie be going to like weddings and other events playing
Hmm.
Final Fantasy as their character. So I see that like growing until it's going to be like almost a real player one type of situation where like you can log in to like a certain world with a character from your favorite game that you design or whatever, and like do some things. So on that aspect, it's just like, okay, let's look at how this is, changing the social life. But I'm still not like, okay, this replaces being around people. This replaces like the interaction
Okay,
and
well,
then
I'll say this. I'll say, like, okay, so mom said, and the comments are not coming up on this thing, but mom said she was happy to put a pause on socializing, but it took a minute to realize she really couldn't do anything outside of the house. But like for me, I didn't realize I was about to burn out until we had to sit down. Like I was on the verge of being like burnt out, like just energy wise, just like like we was about to go into like high gear, but we had not had a moment to like think, like stop, pause. We was about to go into like full. There was no slowing down. Like the year was about to
right,
speed up, and it's like that actually for a lot of people. One, because it's just getting warmer outside, so people are way more active, and I just think it was kind of interesting to see people panic about it. And I don't mean on a like a like the other stuff that we know got affected, but like the actual socializing part. I didn't expect to see like so many people freak out on that side. Like I understand, like I know how you are, right? Like I know you be outside a lot and you be out, like you just be out. But to watch people, like it was almost like taking teenagers' phones away. Like it was like the people who are used to being out and about all the time, and like to watch them have to like literally sit in the house. And then it was like, and then you had like different types of people, right? I feel like there was three different options you had. You could actually just ignore whatever was going on, work your way around whatever the restrictions were, and just be out and act like it wasn't a thing. Or you would go out prepare, overly prepared, like be like super prepared to go wherever you were going, and then you're like like in your head, like preparing to go out, and then out when you're out, you're preparing yourself the whole time while you're out, then you're being cautious while you're out, then you have it coming home and cautious, or you were the other person that literally just didn't leave the house. So
Right.
like it's so funny to see like how everybody like took turns doing stuff. Now some people like stayed consistent. For the most part, we kept it like at a good balance. Like we really particularly chose things that we would go outside. Now we got looser with some of those things when some of the things got looser, but then we still thought we still think about it every every time we go outside. But it's just I guess it was just interesting to see people like need people, say they need people, and I don't really know how it's been for people who don't like who are single or who don't have like a lot of people around them. I know that's been difficult for some people. Some people have enjoyed it because some people are just burnt out. But I miss it. I miss humans and I miss everything. And I be wanting to go out, but I don't want to die. And I just know that I know too many people that have died, and I know too many people have gotten sick. And I just it ain't worth it. But I miss it. Like y'all gotta know, like no matter what, my friends, my family, whoever, I be like, don't do it. Just like don't go. Like it's not easy. I don't think it's easy at all. Like I'm going insane. Like y'all see me out, I go out, but not like that. And I have a reason for why I'm going out. And then I be panicked for like a week after that.
Yeah, like a lot of people like we underestimate first of all the impact of hospitality, restaurants, bars, these things like really on the economy and like
Hmm.
mental health in a way. I'm not saying alcohol is a good thing. I'm just speaking of that
Yeah.
socializing
Yeah, that's a part of
energy
socializing.
that we get when we're around people in these environments, and how many people really are like me or are like um you even that work outside, work in these venues and events, work or just are out people, socializing people. That's just what you do, not on for any particular gain, but to be social.
Hmm.
And that plays a lot on that mental health that has been like really suffering in this time. Cause like, all right, so the pandemic hit, right? Boom. We in the house. Everybody's scrambling, like, what are we supposed to do? I can't see people.
I can't
Boom,
see people. All I was like, dang, I ain't got no roster right now. I was like, this is
boom. Then
terrible.
it was like creeping in. Like we could do like Zoom meetings. Here comes Zoom
Oh,
through
this
the
is the
window.
part I want to break down.
And I heard what's
This
my
this
man?
desperation.
My man made a joke from the Daily Show.
I don't know. It felt
Trevor
like
Noah.
desperation.
Trevor Noah say, I don't Skype, how did you drop the ball on this?
Son,
How did Zoom like swoop in and like take over
right.
your
We've
whole
been
platform?
existing
We
in
didn't
this
most people
format
did you're
for
right.
decades.
No, most people didn't even know what Zoom was or
I was
like
like, oh yeah, Zoom. Yeah.
I worked with it, because it was a meeting
Hmm.
platform. So it was a easy webinar meeting jump that we had in my
Hmm.
business,
Hmm.
working at AV. So Zoom sweeps in. Whoosh. Everybody's like, oh, we can have Zoom. Also people like me and in my industry
Zoom everything.
figuring out how to transition the Zoom, trying to
Exactly.
transition all this stuff to meetings. So like we're learning and like really applying different things. And I'm like, oh, let's host parties. And so we've transitioned our business to like host Zooms, host things like on StreamYard, know how to integrate those three, four
Son,
different softwares.
we went from about to be planning whole outdoor festivals and events to the Jetsons where we just everything is on the screen. Son, I was
Right.
like, what? It's
Like, but
happening.
think about it. People were like literally having parties like in the house by themselves, like jamming, drinking. Like, I
Matt,
remember like the
do you remember
first
how much fun we were having? Okay, first of all, y'all, I would like to make a confession. I don't know what happened as soon as we got locked down, but it was like I was like every day I was like, today is like 11:30, 1 p.m. Like, Matt, is it too early to have a beverage? Like, I wasn't. I
yo,
was just
the
like in the
first
house.
six
Yo,
weeks,
first 6 weeks
everybody
we
was
was
an
trash.
alcoholic.
Everybody
Like,
was trash the
like
first 6 weeks.
I don't remember
Everybody was
having
trash.
that much liquor
Trash.
in my
And
house
I'm gonna
and
be
like
honest, y'all. I was
drinking.
like, it's the end of the world. I'm just gonna drink and I'm gonna smoke and I'm gonna do what I want to do and
And we were like, let's just see everybody that we love
whatever.
and get fucked up like all together.
But we just got on Zooms, y'all, and we was playing random games and having fun and laughing and playing around and joking and drinking and smoking, and that was it. We was doing that for like 6 weeks.
Great, cuz like shit.
And then all of a sudden, me and Matt looked at each other like, "Hey, so we gotta work."
Yeah, me. Cause the unemployment wasn't hitting even like that yet either. That shit was like, huh? What y'all
I
talking about?
don't even want to talk about
We
that
was
right
like, what you mean? But still, the amount of consumption of alcohol, like some people, I and
Matt,
I'm gonna say,
I've never been in a liquor store this much ever in my life. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I have a high tolerance. I do drink, but I don't drink. It is a social thing for me or relaxation if I feel like it. But that's like I'm gonna smoke a J before I drink. Okay, so I have never. Now, yes, I have friends who drink every day. I've never been one of those people that have been in a liquor store twice a week. Never in life. Never have I ever. Son, I went through like a bottle that I would normally have for about 2 months, 3 months sometimes. I'll be like, Matt, I know that it was last week, but like it was bad. I don't even drink like that no more now. I'm just like event time. That's when I have a drink, and that's about it. I can't do it. My insides was they wasn't okay. Now the reason my insides was good though is because I was cooking. I was
yeah,
cooking.
we was cooking like crazy.
Oh my god, we was
We was cooking like chefing,
chefing.
and that was part of socializing too.
And it was
Like
good food because it was we was trying to get our
be
bodies healthy.
healthy,
So we were
right?
eating vegetables, fruits.
Extra,
We was
extra
not
good. Like um, and I really ain't stop. I order more food than I
now
cook.
I do because I was just tired, y'all.
I'm just lazy.
I was I was tired. I couldn't cook no more. I was like, I can't do this no more. I mean, I still cook, but I'm not cooking y'all. I'm talking about all the time.
But ain't nobody talk about the how we were like socializing real heavy, like DJs. Everybody was trying to do these zooms, and the verses came out, and we was having versus parties. Like
Oh, we have
I'm gonna tell
parties,
you,
y'all. Zoom parties
but I'm
for
gonna
the
tell you, the
person.
best joke was everybody was doing this, so they all know because everybody was
I
having
think
Zoom
everybody
parties.
was doing it.
But
People,
the
they
best one
there's a lot of people that were
was
socializing like that.
Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. Let me
That was
tell you something.
mhm.
That joint was rocking. My neighbors was outside on the mother joint, like cranking, and we was all
I
like
wouldn't say that was
everybody
the
who
best
seen
one.
that. That was like the first real big versus that like everybody really messed with. Like to me, that I thought was the funnest. Still was the funnest. I think like it
That's
was
not
some
what
big
you
ones.
said. You said the best. Now you're saying the funnest.
Yeah,
Because
like
we're
the
not sitting here argue about how Erica Badu and just got crushed that jump.
oh yeah, I
That
said
was
to
the most
me,
amazing night. That night healed the world, nigga. The whole world was healed.
right. That was great as well. They're all great. It's like no,
Mm,
they all weren't great.
they all were not. Oh, can we talk about that? So me and Matthew called this early on, right? we're like, okay, we did. I want to say like in our area, right? Um, go-go bands were doing live streams. The first one we saw, I believe, was Backyard, and then soon after we did the UCB jump that we got shut down by the police. So because of sketchy pandemic rules. Like that was another thing, trying to figure out the pandemic rules, but still trying to work. So much happening. So me and Matt looked at each other and we was like, all right, it's about to go down. Like the celebrities is about to get on it. Like they about to do all these live streams. And we was like, and they about to have the same problems we just had with this internet and these platforms. Cause y'all see this platform? Like stuff was not this flawlessly integrated when we first got into the pandemic. Okay, so there were programs that you could absolutely use that will work, sure. But were there as many programs accessible to non professional? No, no. Like we would have been able to figure it out, but I don't know if other people would have been able to figure it out. That's how I feel. I don't know. Matthew might disagree with me. Also, like, what are you doing?
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. You are
Oh, I'm
not here with me today.
trying to look at these streams.
Okay.
Trying to see why the comments not on. I'm with
Don't
you.
worry
I'm
about
just
it.
monitor each one.
Cause I got
I flip back and forth.
them too though. So don't worry. Don't stress. I'd rather you be here in the conversation.
You know me,
So
I'll be trying to figure it out.
yes, I know, but
Nah,
I
because that's what I was
prefer you in
talking
the
about.
conversation.
Like
So
everything was real good, and then you had like this downhill turn. You froze up. Um, with the parties and like the zooming and like the socializing on Zoom. It was fun for a couple months, but then people, it was kind of getting tired of it. Like I know I did. I just like kind of
I don't
didn't
know
feel
what
like
happened.
it anymore. It
I don't.
was it
What
slowly just,
happened? It just like
it just
the
slowly trickled
add-on.
because it
I'm gonna be
wasn't.
honest. It just wasn't human contact. Like
That's what I was about to say. It was missing that connective
it
energy you
wasn't
get when
enough.
you, yeah. Because when you
So like
go out,
so
it's
most of the
different.
year, like me and Matt, outside of like I stay with my mom, and outside of like the few times that I saw my sister, my niece, nephew, and her husband, and then saw my brother, but rarely. Like I mean, it was not often at all. And me and Matt were the only ones seeing each other like on a constant basis, right? Like we would see each other like a couple times a week or once or twice a week, trying to figure out this work situation, trying to figure out all this stuff.
Let me see
But
what Jack go get.
we didn't
Huh?
see nobody. Like I feel like we didn't see nobody else. We were talking to people, we were speaking to people, and unless you like were in the vicinity of humans, I saw like a couple of humans like in close vicinity, but like
Like you don't see any new people for real.
uh-uh, uh-uh.
That's the
No,
problem with
oh,
socializing.
new people. Let me tell y'all,
Like
this is very
unless that new
interesting.
person is just new to you, and one of your friends is bringing them
Y'all,
into the fold or whatever, you don't meet any like
if
or
you
just
weren't
or be
enjoying the
around
group of
new people.
humans that you were already connecting with before the pandemic, then you were short once you got in the pandemic. Because what I did not and was not going to do was speak to no new humans. Like I don't know you, and it's bad enough that I can't track everybody I know, but I'm definitely not fitting to track somebody I really don't know. So I don't care who you are. I don't care what you just said to me. I don't care if you think I'm cute. I don't care. I don't care if you want me to be your wife. You're going to look. You're going to go get a COVID test. I don't like. They're going to
Yeah,
put in.
it's that interaction with just different energy. that sporadic, hey, how you doing, to like different people or conversations or just meeting new networks, things like that.
Also, everybody looked good with a mask on. Like all you was seeing was eyes and eyebrows. I was like, am I getting okay, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all know right now. This is what I've noticed about both men and women of all kinds. Okay, pandemics make people thirsty, like so thirsty that anything makes you thirsty. Like, and I mean anything, a human skin, a shoulder, a cheek, a piece of forehead, a ear, an eyebrow.
She said a piece of
I be like,
forehead.
oh, I don't know, he look good. Like I be like,
I'll be like, that's just his earlobe, Koya. That's his earlobe
I
right
be like,
here.
that earlobe look like it belongs
That's
to
a
a fine
sexy
face. That
earlobe.
earlobe look like it look like his face is fine from the earlobe.
Fucking earlobe. Still
I
a
turn around,
small.
y'all. I'm looking. Matt might say something about a female, and I'll be like, "This is y'all. The thirst is real." He'll say something about a female, and I'll be like, "Yeah, she's fat. Yeah, she's beautiful." Yeah, like I don't know. Humans are beautiful right now. Y'all. Like
Everybody's
everybody
beautiful.
look good. Everybody,
Everybody. How
the
you
men
doing?
start growing their
Yeah.
beards out. Everybody start getting pandemic man hair. This is what I call that. That's what the look is that Matthew has. You have a beard. Some have different types of beards, and then you grow this. So if you had short hair, it just starts growing up, guys. It just starts growing up, and it does different things. And there's a lot of y'all,
It is a lot of, because this is
but
just like,
I'm starting to get
we're not
used to
going
it.
to the
So
barber
now I kind of just feel
everywhere.
like I'm in the 100. Like this is what this is, and this is what it looks like. Like I'm not letting a hairdresser touch my hair right now. Like I don't want to be around a human that's been around other humans all day. Like I don't,
Well, there's not as much of a need. Like, I clean up on the face for certain meetings
I
and
be cutting my
whatnot,
own hair. I'm doing
but
much for you.
at the end of the day, it's just not the need, and it's kind of like everybody, is on it. And when the celebrities and everybody, you see them doing the same thing, nobody like, it just becomes the norm. Like,
Right.
you gotta accept it. We still the same people. When it's time, we could clean up and do everything we could do before. So,
So this
you
is what I will say though. It does help you put things in perspective. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was judging y'all. I be judging y'all every time y'all go out. I go out, but if y'all actually knew what happens before I actually leave my house, like if y'all knew the amount of questions I ask humans, like I'm probably just going. People gonna stop inviting me to places because I'm just gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions. Like, where is there a space for me to be outside? Is there a space for me to be in a space without other humans? Is there a space for me to walk around? How many humans can be in this space? What is the cap on that amount of humans that is in the space? Like, I'm not, y'all. I'm not playing, okay, with my life. I feel like I've already played with my life a few times this year. But we came out originally in the very beginning, which I would like to call the ignorance time. We weren't completely aware of everything yet, but kind of aware. So definitely was out a little bit, but more so to just kind of wrap things up to go in the house. Like to lock it down in the house. We did the live stream. That was complicated. And then it was like, okay, let's go inside. Let's just go inside. And then we, began the socializing and all of these things. But I was judging y'all. Like I'm not gonna like when y'all go outside or like when people take time out of their day to like, don't wear a mask. Like don't take time out of your day to that. To like tell them don't do it. Like don't take time. Do what you do. But don't be like taking time out of your day to tell people like where's your life. Like we are not quite sure enough on all sides. I feel like even now we are still not quite all the way sure about any of these things, right?
Right.
I have no idea what COVID is, yo. Like, I don't care what y'all think y'all know. Like, no, no.
The
It
fact
was
that
like
we the
9,000
fact that
different.
it's a global thing,
Yeah.
the best thing to do to me would be just, like,
Sit
take the
down.
precautions that you see necessary and, like, that are being presented and, like, take heed to that just even if you don't believe it, just in case.
Right.
Right. And, like, that's the problem. People, especially, like, in this later time, like, we coming up on a year, like, COVID was
Right.
hit, like, right around now, we were hearing about China, but it was already out, right?
Right.
So we're up on a year of, like, knowing about this thing happening and, like, coming on a year of, like, the full lockdown in America, and it's like we still haven't really got a unified mindset on it because we had a freaking administration that was going topsy turvy about it and not a part of organizations to get more information what's going on in the world, just want to isolate trains of
Well,
thought.
I feel like that's why we took the approach we took. So like y'all like how okay, so if y'all saw us out, this is how we started doing it. We were like at some point we're gonna have to jump out there and go to something. Because I'm gonna be honest, it became to a point where I was like, we do this much longer where we not going nowhere and we're paranoid about it. Like we're gonna become paranoid for real. So it was like, I feel like let's keep our immune system up. Like we need to kind of sort of be around some humans, like
Yeah, we opened ourselves up to our, like, friend
our close
groups
friend group.
and try to, like, create our own, because that's a part of this
Tracing
science with
system,
these
creating
type
our
of
own
things
tracing system.
anyway. Yeah, and, like, our tracing system and our own, like, immunity between people so that we know who we're around, like, it's things like that,
Right. But I
'cause
think that helped, like, and that helped us kind of like start seeing like how other humans are acting in this situation. Like we have really, I feel like our friend groups and the groups of like we are all very respectful of each other. So like even if people don't agree with stuff, like we're gonna make each other comfortable. But I guess I only get nervous when it's something that is like I can't control the space. If I cannot control the space or what's happening in that space, or if somebody I
well
know
well
ain't controlling the space,
well, look at what happened. You get down to months in the game and people are like, "We can't take it anymore. We're gonna start
right?
doing stuff." And then you got
And now,
states that
like you got people
don't
that
have the we don't when I talk about a unified, like, situation, we got
no,
states that have they're like, "Y'all can do what y'all want." We got states that are like, "You better not do this." It's
well, it's
no unity.
confusing, and then we're allowing
So
people to travel. So,
so you
like, if
got
you got all
travel
this,
opening up, then you got people like, "We're gonna do this stuff." So people are like, "We'll just go here and do it," because people did lose a lot of money. And this is where I look at it like, yo, when you think about it, like, this is your time that you're supposed to be like, all right, what I was doing to get money and to survive and do things
right,
is not as stable as I thought it was when it
right,
comes down to these type of things. Now, these type of events don't happen all the time. They're like once in the century type of shit, like
right,
literally. you know, so we weren't expecting something like this to happen again, but it's like for me, like, all right, I'm gonna kick myself in the ass and figure out how to create something more sustainable that weathers this type of storm, because they're jumping back into the same shit that they were doing. And that's the part that I'm not feeling with, like, the new social. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, let's
and
just
I'm
risk
like, no,
everybody, not just if we can't do it where we at, let's tell everybody come here. So everybody travel to this other place where these people may not have had protocols, mix and
don't
mingle,
care,
and then send them back home to where
and then
these
send it
people
back.
had been safe. Like, that's the kind of stuff, like, we can't do that.
That's where I'm having an issue.
That's the
That
hustle.
is where I just feel like the whole world should have been like, this is what's happening. It's an emergency. It's a world pandemic. These are the rules of the world because it's the same pandemic. Duh.
Because you got shady people, you got people that was doing stuff like, you do certain type of events and like parties or things like that. You promote and do stuff like that. A lot of these folks, like, they charging at the door. They doing all these deals so that they can take this cash. Excuse me, this cash money, divvy it up. How they say, oh, we only got this much, so they could take a little bit.
COVID.
Like, so they taking all this
That
and
was I feel like that was the whole first 6 months of COVID. It was like every time somebody we were so scared to cough and sneeze, we'd be like, because if you heard it, everybody's like, COVID, she got COVID. She got COVID. She got COVID. Like, and then just
right.
then I only did it just to be funny. But
So it's not funny right now.
it's not.
It's
It's not.
too close.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just like that time, it's we
You guys, you've all
causing people to
had
come back
COVID.
and get on their hustle shit
If you just realize
and
you've all had
trying to
COVID,
get
you
people,
didn't get
like,
sick.
people risking their lives so they can stay
Like,
on their
yeah,
hustle
that's the
shit,
problem.
risking other people's lives so they can stay on their hustle shit and not like figure out
I'm gonna
a
be
better
honest. If you out there hustling because you were in a position that you were used to doing a certain type of thing, that one is not the one I have such a difficulty with. It's the
right,
people that are
right.
just smack, just socializing. Like we just out here partying, partying for death. Like we just, I don't understand that. I understand why the people need to eat that can create the environment for the party. I don't understand the partiers. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Like, why are y'all going outside to party up on each other? I mean, I understand the human need to do that. I also understand that more than half of these people are just doing it to be stubborn because they don't nobody telling them what to do. But that is not seem worth my life for me to be mad at somebody telling me what to do. Unless you are harming me, unless I actually feel like you was really trying to restrict me, but somebody else ain't restricted. I ain't got time for all that.
Right, and that's a dilemma that we face all the time because we work with a band that has to do live shows. That's like their way of living. So, like, we've had to do things and like come outside and do specific things. Like,
Yeah.
we try to keep it at a distance and try to keep it in a way
As
that we can try
minimal
to
as
stay safe
possible.
because we understand that. So it's not that we don't understand it. We wish that, there were things in place that we could really like all be on the same page because it really hurts the whole because you
We
have
wouldn't
a
have been in
part.
this long if we would have just been in unison
Yeah,
as a
that's what I don't think people understand. Like, doing these small things and doing little stuff and like trying to like get around the bend or do things around, you know, under like the guise of we have a restaurant so we can have people in here and like all these different bending the rules type of stuff. I get it, you try and get your money, but all that really hurts the overall economy of the industries and the social economy because people can't really come out like they want to, so there's going to be these specific things. Now you're
well, I
like,
guess that's why it's difficult. Well, at least from where we are, like where we're from,
well,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like, we got these like these small like one-off events. Like, things are there's not enough. So now you're going to influx people trying
mhm,
to put themselves in these situations because
right,
there's not enough, you know. And the big shows and the big things and the spread out of stuff is following certain protocols. So people who are
right.
professionals are like, we're following certain protocol, and then you have things that are going on that we would say is like really not professional if the top tier of people are going through a certain protocol but you're not. So like that part to me is like, and then is
Well,
it
yeah,
that
it's
worth
just,
it just to
but
socialize?
well, I don't know because like I'm watching. I'm kind of just like paying attention to places Like we inside way more than like Atlanta. But like no, we still outside too much. Like for there to be so many people here in this area that got sick and that died in this area in particular, like the DNV area as a whole. And the reason I'm saying that the DMV is because there's a lot of commuting.
Hmm.
This is also why the DMV exists as a thing because we commute across those lines. So once jobs opened back up, and then you got people now going from one state to another to dodge rules from one state to go party in another state, then you going home to go to bed. Like, but it's all because you gotta survive and eat. Like, I have no idea what you're supposed to do. But I know somebody need to come up with some funds so that these people can sit down in the house. This is where I'm at with it.
Because how do you tell people like you can't do that, but that's their livelihood, just because the people that are coming out to see them are, you know,
Right.
creating um a problem with the event that's happening. So it's just like
I just feel
this
like this is
double-edged
where
sword
money
that
should
you
go.
can't
This is where
sharpen.
the extra money should go is to people that have these type of things going on. Like the way that we were affected as contractors, like literally, oh my God. Like everyone was waiting for for March. For
Hmm.
March.
March, April. March, April is
But
like
March
the start.
is the pre is like getting it in. Like we're getting it in March. Like it's going down. Everything's
Right.
aligning.
You aligning all your contracts, you setting it up.
April's going down.
April is work. Like you in these streets, like
Right.
out here, you're grinding. You got shows, events, things like popping
Like do y'all understand like
every day, weekly.
these artists have fat checks just to get on stage at a concert for a summer concert? Do you know how many of those there are? A lot.
A lot.
Y'all
Like
know how much
people
those checks are?
underestimate.
A lot.
Mhm. And
They
people
make a
underestimate it
lot.
because you got the big ones, like, you think about, like, a Coachella down to just, like, a
Right.
local big one like Broccoli City,
Broccoli.
you
Right.
know what I mean? These are, like, huge events, artists getting paid lots of money, hundreds of thousands of people attend them all, these
Then
type
you
of
got
events.
local festivals. You
Then
got the
you got
beer
the
festivals, the wine festivals, the
right, these little Jones, and each one is, utilizing artists and, like,
multiple
different
businesses,
type of
multiple
entertainment.
vendors.
Yes, and, like, it's people that do like, some of the more local niche places all over the world, right? There are companies, like, people who have small businesses who they can do one of these events, like the local state festival, right?
Right.
In a city, anywhere, from Indiana to New York, right? That might be their whole entire year's income from that one event, like primarily just because of how much stake they have into that one event. And now they can't do that thing at all. And like that blows up their whole entire world.
Dog, we was blown. I'm still blown. But and
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
I'm more blown now because I can see that it's not going down now either. So
No, we still here, y'all. We got summer approaching. This is why we talking about this socializing, because spring is knocking. We not far away. We about 4 or 5 weeks away from starting to see spring. Maybe 6 if it's a long winter.
right.
What we gonna do? How we gonna socialize? Like
Okay,
how
so
how are we
let's talk about
supposed
that.
to?
Matt, dating in the pandemic.
What's that?
How,
Hmm? What is that? Hmm?
Let me tell y'all what it looks like. It looks like a lot of soul searching. Okay.
It looks like something.
It looks like
You
a
got
lot of
you
self
got it.
love.
They
It
got
looks
videos
like
about that on YouTube. I've
it
never
looks
seen
like
it.
it looks like a lot of self love, a lot of soul searching, a lot of like cleaning up your own stuff. Cause like how you just gonna just start dating random people. Like I've been asked out during the pandemic, okay? And I just can't get out of my head like how you do that, like with people I haven't been out with. So I'm like,
This goes back to what I said. No new friends.
like right now, I can't.
Like we can't have no new friends. How you date if you can't make no new friends? I wait. They
I
talk
can't.
about online
Okay,
dating,
but that's not the only thing.
Tinder, all that shit.
It's not just that part either. It's not just like the pandemic.
I'm not one of them people.
It's also like characteristically, I feel like something happens to us and people are going through so much. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I have been through like 9,000 different like levels of my own self in this pandemic. Like, if someone was dating me right now, they would like be like, "Who is this Joe?" Like, they would, like I ain't come in one way, came out the other. I didn't came out 8 different types of ways. So for me, I'm like, oh, I gotta be careful what I'm gonna say. Some people's stuff is heightened because we're like in this situation, and then some people's stuff is like super mellow, and then some people's stuff is like super extra quirky. So like everybody's stuff is like in like a weird, unnatural levels, and like I feel like some of us are going to concoct things in our heads that may not be totally genuine if we weren't in like a state of an emergency.
This is why I keep my ass away from shit because I don't want to concoct things in my head. I don't want to create more out of something than it possibly is. But
Or
then
less,
like,
like you can bond more, like it can deepen a connection too.
oh
Like the
no, we
pandemic
communicate more. But
can,
like I
can
said,
deepen it. So like, how do you know what's like pandemic emergency bonding versus like your real connection?
I think that's like if you have a real connection, the connection that just transcends. Connections transcend.
Because see,
Whether
you
you
there's
meet
no such thing as
imperfect or if you
trauma
meet,
attachments.
yeah, I think like connections transcend. So if you do have a connection, that that is something. Now the type of connection, the length of that connection, the pandemic can do different things to either elongate, something that might have only been a this was a once time connection that we saw each other, had a great laugh and dance at a venue and never see each other or talk
Or
again
you
to
think it's that, but because we in the pandemic, then you elongate that.
that's what I just said. Like that's what I'm saying. What would
Yeah,
have been this
right.
turns out to be longer because you have the only access you have is to communicate via phone, text, IM,
Okay,
DM,
whatever. Right.
blah, 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 some type
I
of
mean,
message.
now don't get me wrong. There are people that are clearly out here just dating normal, y'all. There are some like I know because I'm being asked out by these people, and I don't know how to do that because I don't. Mm-mm. My priorities are so different right now, like, and that's why I said that. Like, either you gonna come out like some trash at the end of this because you just gotta like put yourself back together as a human because you just like panicked and then had to deal with life and then your mental breaks down. Like either you're gonna have to be like in therapy to like really get back into normal life, or you're gonna come out like as a human that's just like a superhuman that did well in the pandemic and comes out like I'm ready to go. Like I feel like there's gonna be that like happening with humans.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be
And I
interesting to
mean,
see
we're
what
seeing
happens
a
with
lot.
people
We're
that dated
seeing a
each
lot of
other
that. Like
and
right
got to know
now,
each other. Because I've lost a lot of humans.
what you're
I've
saying
lost a
about
lot of
this,
humans. I don't know
the,
what.
what you're saying about the dating and just the human life and the mindset and the elevation of people and like learning and things like that,
Mhm,
it's showing itself. And I'm just going to point it out to what I see and what I've known and what I'm hearing and what I'm learning about my cohorts in the male um
mhm,
area of the world. So
mhm.
men are, black men. Let's just say
Yeah,
black men.
let's get
We
specific.
got a lot of we got a lot of work, because um on top of the social injustice that we're working to systemically like try to fix, I guess. We are not holding up the bar enough. Like it's a lot of us that's holding a lot of weight. It's a lot holding a lot of weight, but it's a whole lot of us that's not picking up enough weight. Some think they are, but you be like, that's a big looking weight, but it ain't a lot. It don't weigh that much. It's like a cartoon weight. That motherfucker look like you lifting 7,000 pounds, but it's only 70. Like you could curl that. That's nothing. Like so we got to look at that. Because like what you're talking about, like the dating, socializing like that, like it's coming out because you do get into a little bit more depth now that we're virtually dating and things like that. Like you want more depth immediately. Like even me as a man, like
Mhm.
if I talk to a woman and we're interested in each other, even if there's connectivity, because we cannot have that social personal interaction the same, like we don't like I don't give them that much time if it's no like depth. If it's like the connectivity is only certain levels, like whereas in the more personal world, you might have gotten more time because that personal outing time and stuff like that may be different, different energy, just different fun.
Well,
It's
what it
weird.
does, it forces people to like deal with stuff or like not deal with stuff. Like you can ghost easier, right? On all sides. You can ghost easier. You can like straight up just disappear out here. Or I mean, which is a little bit of a plus
You can't
sometimes.
when you do live streams to the public
I,
though. Then
I didn't say
I
I.
found you, not you. I'm just talking about
Oh,
like us.
I don't ghost
I
you.
wish I could ghost, but I don't ghost nobody. Hey Lee, you ain't here.
Right. Hey, boo. So yeah, so
She said, wait, like this fuck. Look big though.
so yeah, so when I think about that, like the ghosting aspect, but when I also think about like the interconnected part that can be so much deeper because you're being forced to talk to each other. Like you're being forced to talk to people to get to know them, and you got time to vet. You got time to like take a breath and not be like, oh, it's a dude hitting on me out in public. I ain't gonna never see him again. Now I gotta make a quick decision. I mean, this junk, like, well, I'm about to vet you for about we got we got months.
We got time.
I
We got time today. What time is? Yeah, we got
got
time.
time today to vet you, okay? And I got
Mm.
time today to judge you. I got you giving me all the time to sit and think about it. Y'all giving Jones too much time to think. Is what I'm letting y'all know. Don't give us all this time to think. It's too. We in a pandemic.
Better
We
give him something good to think about. That's right.
really okay.
But same thing goes for us. You give me time to think. I mean, even if I see
Jones
you,
be
like if I
flaky than
go
a
out,
mother out here.
like
Jones be flaky than a mother. Look, ladies, since he had to speak to the men, and I'm sure he has more that he wants to say, but we're gonna break it up a little bit. Y'all is wild too, okay? And I apologize to the men on behalf of the shenanigans y'all have also maybe possibly dealt with. Because there's some shenanigans. And I'm confused as a female with some of the shenanigans I'm seeing. Like, first of all, some of these women, y'all priorities are messed up. I'm confused. I don't understand. And now I'm Matthew might get thrown off by what I'm about to say, but like, and I'm still gonna have another conversation at some point. But I sent Matthew something today. He has not seen it yet. But I sent him a clip that I watched on Kevin Samuels' page, he was speaking to uh Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. And there were some things said that made me understand why he is speaking to the people he's speaking to the way he's speaking to them. But once you acknowledge that you're speaking to them in a way that could come off disrespectful and you're saying you know how to speak to black women and you do not speak to them all the same. Like once you speak on those things, that means you're cognizant of it and I need you to correct that behavior and still get your point across because I don't actually disagree with the content of the information because of the audience. Like I'm not the Jones calling in. I don't align with those values, okay? And I do not necessarily align with the values of the men that those women are seeking. So the reason it does not resonate with me is that I am not on the value system that he is speaking of. Does that make sense? Now,
Yeah.
no matter what your value system, there is a way to talk to humans without making them feel less than or even be triggered in a way where they cannot hear you properly. Now, are there some humans you need to talk firmly to? Yeah. Are there some humans that you need to talk black and white to? Absolutely. Are there some humans that you need to coddle? I think he needs to gauge it a little differently. And then some things he could let go. But when he said some things about his family and what that looks like, I think there are some judgments he has made and perceptions he has from a childhood perspective of his elder women in the family and what their lives look like to him. And I'm not necessarily sure he knows whether or not these women were happy or not.
Yeah.
So once I understood that and I heard what Tommy was speaking of, who's a wild jump, but you know, she was being real, she was being honest. And I was listening and I was like, she is so contradictory in this in what she's saying right now. Because
Oh,
women are
I
scared.
saw that one already.
So women are scared, women are hurt, and what it looks like to y'all is confusion. But these women need to get clear with themselves. That's first of all. Y'all got to get clear. You can't be out
And
here just
that goes back to
clear.
how
And then
we
also, like,
communicate.
I'm not cool with y'all's value system right now. There's a lot of women, not all of y'all, of course not, but there is a large number of women who are valuing things that I don't even like some of the memes y'all are putting up right now. Like, we do not have to. I know more than anybody that we are not always supported by our black men like in the way I would like to be. But we don't have to beat them up either. And we don't have to use them as completely as meat and money and stability either. So I just don't think we need to talk to each other like that anymore. Like y'all need to stop talking about us like we just some coat y'all trying to put on and walk around with, like, or we gotta match a certain energy. We have to stop being intimidated by each other. We have to stop being in competition with each other as male and females. We have to stop looking at each other as like what you got and what I got and what you got and what I got. Like, bruh, like, do you enjoy this energy? Do you enjoy my time? Do you enjoy this time? Cool. Like, let's hang out. Let's see what's up. Like, I think we gotta relax.
Yeah, we do got to relax. Like, cause every situation, I think that's what's I'm learning in the pandemic, like that people don't really understand that this pandemic socializing is creating is that every situation is unique in its own. Like everything does not have to be put to the same test. You're not always looking for the same thing. So many people are looking for something particular and they're like, my goal is da 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 da. Everybody that you meet though is not there to fulfill that. Some of them are for you to learn certain things so that you can get to that other goal and so that you're
Right.
prepared. And we have to see it like that. And if you're going into every relationship, every situation, like I'm looking for a boyfriend, I'm looking for a girlfriend, I'm looking for this, that, and the third, you know, instead
Right.
of I'm looking for someone to connect with and someone
Right.
to, maybe learn something from or learn something with. Like that is the
What do I
real way.
always say to you, Matt? Like build the word building something with
Oh, I
that
lost you.
make you realize that you have individual needs. Hmm?
I lost you. I don't
What?
know if everybody else lost you. Um, You said build something.
Individual need, like building something, co-creation, right? So co-create, the reason co-creation is important is because this is what I say all the time when I'm dating, right? People be like, well, what you looking for? Nah, like I don't know you yet. I'm trying to get to know you. I have no idea what I want to create with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't walk around dating men and look at them like, yes, every man I look at is like, oh, he is the person I want to marry. I want him to be my boyfriend, and then I want to get married, and then I want to do this, right? And this is what we're gonna do. Like, I don't look at people like that. This is how I look at things. There are things that I don't mind experiencing in life, right? There are
Right.
things that at this point in my life, there's nothing at this point, whatever choices I make is the things that I want to do. If I choose not to do them, I'm not going to do them. I'm not going to have like I'm not the type of person that like it has regrets because I just choose to do the things I want to do. Right. So in my mind now, the way I look at it is every person that I come in contact with, whatever the energy is that I share with them individually, is what I would like to create with that person. I want to see what's up with this energy. Like, I don't know what these Jones be telling y'all. Y'all be like, y'all all got the same paperwork. I don't know.
What up, Luke?
So it's the same paperwork thing I have an issue with. Like the standard. Like you go on a date, Matt, and you say, yes, I am looking for a girl who has this. And then she will be my wife and we will have children. And then like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might meet a girl and be like, I like you, and you got these things that you believe in, but like maybe you got another wife too. Like maybe you got two wives, but maybe the next girl you meet wants just like you and her, and that's it. And then she wants to have a baby, and then she wants to do that. Or maybe meet another girl, she wants to get married at a courthouse. Maybe meet another one, and she don't want to get married at all. She just want to live with her dude for the rest of her life. Like why would you set one standard for just humans in general? Every human is. I've never dated somebody who was like the other person.
It's because well, that goes into like a whole bunch of different things, and that's what makes like this socializing in the pandemic that we situation so difficult in so many ways because we don't have as many sources to go out and like have those some different experiences.
Mhm.
So it's like we just got talking.
Oh yeah, people just moving in and stuff. People
We
like
just got talking.
no
And like
people
Lily said, there's a lot of COVID babies. Yeah, because a lot of people went
black
and was
COVID
like, I'm just gonna go shack up with whatever
with the
boo
dude
that
I was talking
I was
to.
talking to and I was having sex with, because I want to keep smashing. So I need to just go. And then they kept smashing, but they was locked in smashing.
Matt,
So Postmates do
make
deliver
like we think
condoms and
about it in
shit, but
my
people
head.
don't think about that. I've
Matt,
done it many a
Matt,
times delivering
Matt,
Postmates.
Matt, do not trip. Like we didn't think about those options in our head though, because we was like, man, like who was he talking to anybody? Like we was like, damn, no, like me and Matthew been dating ourselves. Like Matthew's been dating Matthew. I've been dating Koya. We meet people time to time that we already knew. But we have been doing a lot of self work because we want to be magnificent humans, more magnificent than we already are. But we wanted to come out healthy. You know what I'm saying? We was like, we're gonna come out this pandemic healthy and good and all that. And we're not gonna have a COVID baby. He not gonna have no COVID baby. I'm not having no COVID baby.
Now,
Cause
Luke, you married, so if
oh,
you had a COVID baby,
that'll be different.
congratulations. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You had a little
Yeah,
more time on your hands. You know what I mean,
that's
bro?
different. Now a lot
But
of married couples, a lot of married couples have did do that, which I mean, I actually think that's kind of cool.
I mean, you have
I
so
think
much
that's kind of
time
cool.
on your hands. Like nobody's going out to work. Like you able to do things differently in the house. Who knows what COVID
I also think
couples
people get
have been doing?
scared. I think you either become like really impulsive or you become really cautious. Like in the pandemic, you became very impulsive or very cautious. Like you was like, no new friends. Or you was like, I'm about to sneak out the house and get all the new friends and the old friends and
Right.
everybody else. Like, because that's the other thing that happens when you get in a pandemic, all of a sudden everybody from 87 years ago finds you, right? Like now you're in the house and there's like no excuse because they like, well, you right there. And like, see, somebody like me, I can't really hide. Like, that's why y'all ain't see
You
me though, look.
you
Y'all ain't
confessing,
see me
crushes and shit like, "Yo,
confessing all
so
types of stuff. Like, you remember back in the day in second grade? Like,
no, I been had a little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, did it hit? Huh? I don't know. Doing anything, you know what I'm saying?
like people been bugging, and me and Matt be laughing every day, just like, yo, life is so strange, yo. Like, and it's crazy because also when you start seeing people you ain't seen in a long time, like out, it'd be so weird. It'd be like, yo, we was like all outside, but it was COVID outside. Like my birthday, what the point of that was, is we was in COVID February
Mhm.
21st of last year. We just didn't know it.
Right. We
We
had no restrictions. We knew it, but our
we,
restrictions
we
hadn't
didn't know it on my birthday. We did not know it.
nah. We didn't
No.
know that we was sitting in it.
Now we knew it was somewhere else.
We knew it was out there.
I knew it was in
Oh, it's
Europe.
over there.
I was like, oh, it's in China and Europe. Okay. And then like the next day, I swear to God, y'all, I had the greatest birthday. And then I swear to God, the news Jones was like, somebody got off a plane, and I was like, where did they come from? They went
We
traveling.
have first cases of COVID in
I was
the
like, no, it's gonna happen. It's going down.
Washington D.C. area.
Matt started going. I was like, ah. It was scary, but the dating has been crazy. But what I focused on was like this was a great time to focus on myself and the things I need to do for myself, and you learn a lot about yourself. It's a good time to
Facts.
renovate and
Look,
came out. No, son, that's what we was talking about that earlier. Like dudes came out with whole new hairstyles. They styling
motherfuckers
it.
used to go to the barber every 2 weeks and we got hair growing. We all got hair now.
Jones Jones
I never
Jones
could grow this.
Jones looked totally different than when they went in and came out. They came out different. Every time they go in and out the house, they come out different. I don't know what's happening. Like everyone looks different. I be like, what is going on? Like people come out. They came out the first wave. The first wave, like everybody had like COVID weight. Everybody came out. It was like COVID weight, and then everybody went back in, and then it was like, wait a minute, y'all got snatched back up. Everybody got snatched back up because it came out, and they was like, wait a minute, I wasn't ready to come out. We're ready to come out. Because let me tell y'all forget that. And I'm gonna speak on our culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak on the black culture right now because a lot of these people, if they got families and kids and these women, sometimes these women don't have time to cook for real all the time, or they, like they not at home cooking all the time. It might not be this all like I was watching whole people cooking, families cooking, playing together, chilling, relaxing, watching movies. Like you gonna
And
pick
it
up
wasn't just dinner. It was
no,
like
it was every
breakfast,
meal
lunch,
snack,
snacks, dinner, late night snack, all type of like
all types of
food.
stuff.
Food was getting prepared. I'm trying to
But
tell you.
families got to spend time with each other. Like now, I will say this: I don't think it was a great thing for people who are single and dating and stuff. But I do think it was good for people who have families and people
Mhm.
that don't get to spend time with, each other. They don't, it's just a lot. Especially like parents that travel and stuff. When that got, shut down, like I'm sure there was an adjustment. But some of these people need to be with their kids. And some of these kids need to be with their parents. They be needing each other, man. And they need to be there and like really be there and see what their kids are like. I've never seen so many teachers apologize to because they were
That's a
like,
that's
"Oh, you remember those behaviors I said didn't happen? Yeah, they
they doing
happened."
it with me, and I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? I know parents is tripping, but that's a different socializing that's been going on. Like that family dynamic of social life has, in a lot of
The
ways,
kids are suffering.
positively grown.
School, the
Um,
kids, that's a sufferer for them, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. That's a sufferer for them. The only thing that is awesome is that it's a little less of the physical bullying that kids have to endure. There is some
yeah,
physical mental abuse that is probably only happening online and in text, but that happens anyway. But there's less, and
it's
they ain't gotta worry
diminished
about their
to yeah.
clothes and their hair and all that other stuff. So it's gonna be rough socializing when they get back out, but it's going to be different. And it might be different in a better
And
way. It might kill
I
some
was
free stuff.
telling you about this the other day, like how nephew and goddaughter and them talk about how the teenagers specifically, they got their own group chats and all that during class. Like it's created a new dynamic because the smart kids is passing the work along. They got a whole secret. The parents, y'all not gonna catch up. Teachers, y'all not gonna catch up. They got y'all. It's everybody's getting an A. If you're
Wait,
not in the
amen.
only kids not getting an A is the ones that's defying the loop. The rest of them is like, yo, you got the Joe, and then the smart kids like, yeah, I got it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that is so
Matt,
it's some stuff
Kendall, look,
going on.
Matt, Kendall said, can we have COVID Monday through Friday and we can have the weekends? I'm saying I'm with it.
Something we need something.
I'm with it.
We need
I'm
to
with that.
compromise.
I'm
Can
with
we
it.
compromise with COVID? How do we compromise with
COVID.
COVID?
Can y'all
Can
have
we talk to the
Monday
germ
through
gods?
Thursday? Can y'all have Monday through Thursday and we get Friday through Sunday?
Right.
What's up?
And occasional Mondays for the holidays.
A long weekend.
Right.
Thank you.
We
And
give
then
y'all the
you
whole
come
we
in
give y'all the whole winter.
and holidays. Y'all can give us
Look,
the holidays because those are in different days. So give us
we
the holidays.
we give you extra days in the winter if you give us extra days in the summer. Give us like
Yeah, take some of that winter. Take some of that
shoot,
winter.
give us a 3 week part of summer. We could just wild out. That would be wild. I
You
don't want
could,
to see that either.
you could just
Talk about COVID
overall,
babies.
you could just overall, at least in this area, warm up the coldest temperature to like 50,
Now who you
49.
talking to? Mother Nature?
Yeah.
You just talking to everybody now. Like,
In,
listen,
in the
why we have grievances? Mother
my
Nature.
grievances are I don't want to leave my area, but I would like to not be this cold for this long during the winter time. Like
If
I
you
don't
give us that, you can have more weeks in the summer.
yeah.
We still need a week. We still need one full week. No, that's hell week. That's gonna be like the purge. That's
If I
like
if
people
I
gonna be
can ask for
everywhere
things,
doing anything.
if I can ask my ancestors for things for the Washington DC metropolitan area, it would be
How what you say? No, this a good one. Let her talk. Let her talk. Y'all might want to hear this one. They said keep it short.
okay. Ancestors. This is what I would like. I would like you to erase our record and all history, all of the crack epidemic. Just take it away. Okay? And I actually think this will actually fix more than half the issues that I even need to go into. We would like to ban gentrification of people who are not of chocolate city colors. It can only be investments by Washingtonians.
I know. I'm sorry.
We're not done yet.
You know what they say, right?
And we would also like to erase one more thing. Donald Trump being in the White House. We can do that. We have the power because we're in this area. So we just would like to erase those things from our record and maybe baby Bush. Erase those things from our record. And I feel like the people here will be able to thrive and we will no longer be crabs in a barrel.
I know.
That's it.
Okay. Time is but a construct, people. Um, that's what they said.
That is what I. That is what I would like. Those
Okay.
are the things I would enjoy that I think would
See why
improve our
you see why they mad at y'all?
state of living.
The ancestors keep telling me, right?
The ancestors told you what?
Y'all keep asking for unrealistic shit.
Yeah, okay. Ken said he would like to erase Ronald fucking Reagan. Yeah, yeah,
What are you so silly?
I agree. Anything else that you would like to erase
Mm.
from our record?
We could just
Slavery. Could we just start with slavery?
well, now we're just going down the rabbit hole of shit. Anyway,
Slavery.
but yeah, I don't know, Koya. Like, I think that there are people having fun dating, I guess, and doing like Tinder and shit like that.
No, there are.
And
I was
living
watching a
life.
bunch of podcasts where people were going on amazing dates and doing great stuff. I don't know if any of those things lasted. Can't last.
She said race crack.
At some point, I guess you gotta.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
crack
Like,
should definitely go.
for, for me, it's just like,
Yeah, the crack epidemic though, like
yeah, the whole thing. That's why it's like, I wish. Cause like, I can't get into the dating apps. Like, it
wait.
just doesn't favor for me. Like, it's too superficial to make a connection. Like on
Oh,
both
that's dope,
sides.
Kendall. Kendall had a good date.
Yeah.
He had a date and they rode scooters around the city. That's dope. Yeah,
Where'd you meet
I
them?
might have to try. I might have to try something different, Kendall. That might be the problem.
I mean, I'm down with that. Like, I'm down with a cool type of date like that. Was that a date? How we do that? Wait a minute. That looked like
Wait a
some
minute,
type
I
of
dated online and got $150.
that's some type of service. I need to learn. Are you hiring?
I'm over this Joan. I'm over her. I'm about to pimp her out. I'm about to pimp her out.
No, we
Like,
don't
I'm
do
over.
that. We're not exploiting nobody.
I'm exploiting her. I'm exploiting you. I'm gonna exploit you. I'm letting you know
She
that
be
right
getting money
now.
just thrown at her.
Like, what in the world is she doing out here? She just be like, "Hey, I don't like you."
Smiling.
And they be like, "Here's
Right.
some money."
She
I
right.
be
She be
like,
like, I
"What?"
don't like you.
She be like, "I don't like you. I'm not interested in you at all." They be like, "But here's $150." Like, I don't understand. I be like, "I believe in you. I see all your greatness. You're an amazing human." And they be like, "Give me $150." Like, what? I don't have this juice that she got. Like, I'm gonna stop giving y'all love. I'm gonna start treating y'all like some garbage. That's what I'm gonna do. Garbage time. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you too." I know, nigga. And next, what else? Like, that's how I'm gonna start acting. That's what y'all like seem to like out here.
Oh my gosh.
Usually, I look at you, roll her whole eyes, and they'll be like, "Hey, let me buy you a coat." What? She just told you ski. Buy you a coat.
It just it just sounds so bad. I just don't get it.
Wait,
It sounds so
one
bad.
virtual date, one virtual
See what I'm saying? It just
like that's you know
where was this
that
date?
scene
Where was this date? On Chatter date?
and
Or- Is this a OnlyFans? Is there something you're not telling us? No, I don't want to say that. Some people doing that. Some people got money They could throw that shit out there, you know. It's a thing. I'm not on that type of shit, but it's a thing. Oh, we lost the UniKoy. She should be back soon. Hey, hey, you got Luke dying. Was we? Wait a minute, time out. I didn't get a cut. How was I on the date? I didn't get a cut. So run me my 50. Run me my 50, sis. I don't know what you're talking about. You got my cash app. If I helped earn this $150, shit, run me my third. Yeah, man. If Koya helped run her third, yeah, or eighth, or something. Um, oh my goodness, I don't know what happened to Jelly Bean. We lost her. Shit, shit, and more shit. Gosh damn it! I'm gonna try to bring in the freaking stream. See if I can't bring the chat up. Internet technology has been slumming crazy like so. I'm on here by myself. I'm just saying, if I contributed to the date, that's run me my checks. No? You know what I'm saying? You said I was on the date with you. I don't remember, but I'll uh I'll take 25 cents. You can I probably owe you anyway, so you can put that on my tab. You know what I'm saying? There she go. Back at it again.
Jesus, that Jones says, "Fuck you, hoe." That Mercury retrograde said, "Nope."
Koya, Lily said we was on a date with her. I said run us off our money then. And we
Yeah,
helped we helped gain
go
this
ahead, run me
$150.
that. Run me that check.
50-50.
I need a
Oh,
percentage.
right, we get our
'Cause if I
third.
was on that date, I know I carried at least half of that date.
See what I'm saying? Run it up.
If they got any flirting or friendliness, that was all me. You do not have an OnlyFans, but your OnlyFans will be popping up. It would.
Yeah, you could probably just sit up
You
there
could
and
just sit
twist
there and
your
like
hair.
play with your hair like this. It'd be like playing with your locks. Like what? And sit with a mean face. They probably pay you all the money. You wouldn't have to do nothing.
You be doing work. You be at work doing your work. You be watching, thinking
See,
you
you
about to
ain't
do
at work,
something. Thinking you about to do something. You just get up
and
and
you ain't
walk.
gonna, and they always waiting for you to do something, and you just be
Like,
sitting there.
she gonna do something? It would. I wouldn't know if it did, but I assume it
Oh,
would.
Kendall said, honestly, treating people with the cold shoulder works. They want you more. Humans are fucked up. They are.
What's
They
the
are.
app? You on the app? I don't know. I'm looking. I can't use no apps.
I don't like apps. I can't. I have a lot of stories, y'all. I can't. That was my
I'm just
whole. I was
like,
doing this before y'all was doing this. Okay,
yeah. Now,
I
like
was
we've not.
doing this.
Yeah, it's not like we're not used to the virtual social life in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when Black Planet back in the day, Yahoo Messenger, our
I
AOL,
did all of
all
that.
that
I did
shit.
AOL, AIM. I did POF. I did man, we Black Planet was basically a dating jump.
Yeah,
College
we was
Club was a dating jump.
MySpace, all that. Like so, like
I still talk to dudes that I talked to found on MySpace that we still friends to this day. Like that ain't new. I've done all the dating jumps. I hate them jumps. There's so many catfish. There's so many catfish. Larry had a catfish experience. He for some reason he tries to block it out. I don't know why. He keeps
oh
trying
man, we was hooking up heavy. Black Planet was like
Black Planet was popping. It was the club.
Black Planet was popping. Okay, Like if you was in that
Oh,
era of
Kendall,
shit,
You're probably right. I
sold your
probably do
first
need to date
grandma.
outside. Kendall said I need to date outside my zip code, but I like
I told her that
the
too,
men in
though,
my zip
Kendall.
code.
But it's other men in other places that she would like, though. We already narrowed down the places that I think she would like some men, and she need to
Oh,
go
and I'm taking
find.
back the new thing I found out. I'm taking that back. I'll tell you about that later. The new group of men, no, it's a no go. It's a no go. I found out too many things.
It's gonna be a rarity. It's gonna be if you find
Yeah,
one those for certain
yeah. Ooh,
experiences.
yeah.
I
No,
know.
some-
Yeah.
I had some female conversations
I
the last
mean,
2
you seen mine on the other side, so you
Yeah,
understand.
I forgot. I
We're not
forgot.
gonna say
It's
it because
lapse
we
of
don't want
judgment.
to offend nobody.
Lapse of judgment. Lapse of judgment.
It
Lapse
wasn't
of
no
judgment.
lapse of judgment. It was just something different,
Angel.
something different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's
Nah.
all that. Like we just like got a different look at different shit. You gotta open yourself up though.
I'm not
That's
gonna
for
open myself
sure.
for nothing. We're gonna create this dating show, Matthew, and we're gonna
The
let it
Russ
happen.
Parr forum from back in the day. Lord have mercy. Really?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yo, that's
Wow.
hilarious. Black
Yeah.
the
So
people
how do y'all
overseas
like
are really nice too.
Lily? I know
Okay,
you're
Kendall, I'm
socializing.
trying to do that. I'm open to that, Kendall. Kendall said the people overseas are really nice too. I'm open to that. I'm
Hmm.
open to the overseas. Some.
Right. I like that aspect. Like, what's some other people saying? Like, how y'all socializing? How you are expanding your social life during this time? Like, how are you keeping yourself social? Like, Lily, I know you participate in a lot of different stuff. Like, what kind of stuff like keeps you like going besides work? Don't talk about work. I know about that.
Don't talk about work. This is the perfect time to date outside of your zip code. All virtual, no real risks. Yes, that is true. But then what?
Yeah, because we still come back to like
I
I want to see you. I want to
need to
touch.
see
I
you
want to
touch you.
do
I need to touch
the,
you.
the fuck. We gonna let's be real. Like
We have the
people
quarantine
faking
for
like they
14
don't
days
want to
to
do,
touch each
but
other. So
also like
I
I
don't
am
subscribe to
willing to go
that
through
either,
like
though.
some sort of protocol at the same time. Like, all right, if one of us visit, like take a test, like when you get here, take 3 days to get the results. So like, or when you get there, like I'm even willing to go that far if I met somebody online, like in that situation, like, and the connectivity
Mm,
was there. So it's not that we against it, but it just adds an extra element and it just extra cost, like, that I think about. It's just, you know, so that's why it still breaks down to like us having these social environments, like when we are dating, when we're talking, like it gets so much deeper. You want that
mhm,
connection to have more value to it, um
mhm.
because you don't want to just be talking to anybody. Something you
Right,
used to be able to just talk to anybody, so it's a good thing because sometimes you should just talk to people just because. Now you be like, I don't have time to
right.
just waste time.
Yeah, Clubhouse, Zoom, game nights. Yeah,
Your game nights was fun. Your
they
game
were
nights,
fun. I'm just
that
over
was
all
fun.
of it. You guys,
Clubhouse, well,
I just want
Clubhouse is discriminating against Android people,
the event I
so
would
it's
like to go.
non-inclusive because only iPhones use it. So we won't talk about them or promote them.
The only event I would like to go to right now is a room with just skin on the walls that I can touch. Like
Skin
humans.
on the wall.
I want humans. I just want like a room full of humans on a wall, lined up, and you just get to walk around. You touch the humans, and then you put hand sanitizer. You can hug them all. You can keep your mask on, and you can just hug each human, and you can hug them. And then you have to go and you have to do the little shower thing like on the 100 when they was cleaning the guys, and they have to clean off the
Yeah,
stuff outside.
right. Yeah, Lily, it's 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, literally, it's 20 degrees. All those things.
These things, that's what I'm saying. Like those are great dates in the summer, in the spring, early fall. But no, She crazy, so no, I don't trust her either. I don't trust her either. I gotta
I'm
watch
sorry,
her.
guys.
She's a friend. Enemies close.
My imagination be on like 24-hour movie scenes. Like I be coming up with movies in my head, and that was like a whole. I just had a whole movie in my head just now. Like, yo, that would be wild. Like if somebody got so tripped out during the pandemic and they created a room that was full of like, oh,
Kidnapped people that you could touch. That's what it sounded like. A room full of people restrained or sedated. See, my movie brain start thinking of shit. How did we create this, Joe? And now we got a whole scene. That's a great movie. I'm with it.
you know what I'm saying? Put the
Snoop,
lotion on the skin.
Snoop, we're
You
gonna
finish.
have a right. You
You
see
know
how we create
you
project
know what I'm
exploitation,
saying?
right?
You see what I'm
We're
saying?
gonna have a working
I'm
session.
gonna have a whole story by the end of this. Watch. Watch. It's gonna pan out. I'm trying to tell y'all, people would pay for that.
Fire pit. Lily, it's still come on. You hear what we saying? I
Lily, go
get
to
it.
sleep.
But it's not
Lily,
like
Lily, go to the
that
clubhouse.
shit ain't sustainable, is what I'm
Go
saying.
to the
Like
clubhouse, okay? Because y'all over there dating with the Jetsons, and I can't do it. Okay, I'm
I
tired of
would love
online.
all that shit. But see, this is how I look at it. We in the
Oh,
winter.
okay, Lily, you invested
We
in toys. That is a good investment.
what kind of never mind.
House of Horrors.
No, never mind.
You asked her, how do you stay afloat in the pandemic, Matt? That's how you date in the pandemic.
Right, that's what I said.
Toys.
Never mind. I got it. I asked a dumb
But
question.
also Koya's House of Horrors. But Koya's House of Horrors, yes.
Yes, that's a good short. A
I would like
pandemic short.
I would like to
The
do it, and
horror,
I'm gonna
it's
have
a
my
horror movie. But
I'm
that
gonna have
shit
my
crazy.
unicorn joint on. I'm gonna have the unicorn joint on, and then and I can just have this shirt on. This is funny because it says
Do the
Wild
creepy
Night.
face. Do the creepy face. You want to touch it? How you want to touch it? No, when you want to touch the skin. How you want to touch the skin? Y'all see that, right? This ain't the first time I seen this. That's why I wanted to show y'all. We got it. We got it recorded now. Y'all see her do this? Know something crazy is going on. That's when the crazy comes out.
If I start touching your
This
beard
is
and I go like that, that's
this is what someone has to deal with dating in the virtual pandemic. It's weird shit on the jump. Like, what kind of weird shit have y'all seen? Like, what kind, Kendall? What kind of weird shit have you? I know Kendall got some
yeah,
story.
I
I'm
know.
saying,
Let me see. Let
kind
me
of
see.
weird
Let
shit
me see if he
motherfuckers
answers.
do. Lily,
Yeah,
what kind of weird
because
shit besides throw money at you, Lily? We still gonna put that on the back burner. I don't
I don't
understand.
understand that.
But what kind of other weird shit did they
I'm not
do?
doing stuff right, y'all. She get money thrown at her like I don't understand this life she be living.
No.
She makes me upset. Could you you
I wasn't singing the word.
See, I low key would go to Koya Skin House.
See, y'all some freaks. Y'all some freaky people.
Matthew
See,
faking because he would too. If I had a whole room with asses and titties and shit, he would go in there and rub all of them down.
only with consent.
There's consent. I didn't kidnap him. This is my version of the 100. Okay, it's like they were trying to heal people so they didn't have to, they could go outside. I'm trying to give people some warmth and affection.
Everybody that goes to a party, they get up. You want them socialize? Okay. Y'all hear the story? This is the plot. The plot. Y'all want to socialize? Come to this
Come
club.
to UniKoy House of Skin.
Should get them into the club, and the next thing you know, they part of the display.
Yeah, it's like so it's like an adult sex house, right? But
That's
you're not
it.
having
All right, we need the screenplay.
not
What
an
kind of
adult sex house, but it's set up like an adult sex house
when they
situation.
want to play?
And
No
each room
COVID
has
restrictions required, and then
no,
they just
yeah, because
watch
they
it.
got no, you got tested. You get tested.
So they just flock in. That no,
Yep.
don't try to make it safe now. No, you know what you're doing. You're trying to create. You know.
One man did a virtual tour of his house and he had mirrors on the ceiling in the shape of a heart. He was very proud of it. Mm. Mm. Oh, you mean like as of like recent?
Like over his bed. This is one of
Was he
her
an older
stories.
person?
This is one of her stories.
How
How
old
old was
was
Cuz?
he?
He had an old soul because
Was
that's
he
1970s.
67, 64, 65?
He was probably our age with a
Nah, that's
talking
my
about what
parents.
old people.
That's my parents' gig. How old was this
You
man?
know, it's some rappers out here though that be hanging out with them old heads doing that old
The
head shit,
pimp.
thinking that
They
shit
uncles. They
they
uncles talking
uncles
to him.
head. They, yeah, you know,
They
and they
uncles.
act just like them.
They uncles. That's who it is. Did she give us an age yet?
No.
See what I'm saying? The Koya Skin House, y'all done already named it for me. I mean, I gotta do this. This has to happen.
What anybody else say? You looking at the other one?
Cause
Kendall, what you say? Yeah, I know you got something, man. I know.
Kendall didn't say.
I want
Cause
to
I
hear
know,
some.
like I've heard some. I've heard that. You know what's wild is the conversations be wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of shit?
I've had some wild conversations. I've had some conversations that
It was some
I
shit
don't
going
think to
on. Same
expect.
dude that gave up the money got mirrors on the ceiling. See, this is time starting to.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You putting all your business
Wait a
out there.
minute. No, but now I know exactly why it's that dude because I just realized who that was. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense
I
for him.
know that too. But it just
He's
also,
OC. That's also like
yeah.
super weird. I don't like it.
Mm.
Mine has been the conversations. Like, also have the scammers are on an all-time high. There are multiple sugar daddies looking for sugar babies who are scam artists who are not any of these people. There are real sugar daddies. There are uh, a lot of fake IFA priests trying to give some everybody the exact same spell. Like it's the most it's yo, the scammers is on an all time like high right now. It's, I don't they really socialize. They the real socialite.
I'm trying to figure out how some of these Jones get my information. I'm trying to be like, I got to scale back, get some better security. People transfer calls and shit from places. I'm like,
Man,
who
we
are
about to
you?
get
What are you
web
talking
security.
about?
We about to get some web security. We about to get some,
I need something,
we
man.
need some cyber security. We're
We
gonna
need
invest
the
in cyber security.
cybersecurity boost on my shit. I can feel like I'm
She said
being
the
attacked.
conversations are sad and weird. They are
But see, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, we got
or they're
more.
hypersexual. Like people are hypersexual right now.
I'm not talking to nobody, so I have no idea. I haven't
You
talked to
don't be hopping to people's DMs. See, like we females, so people just be hopping out at us.
facts.
And you're not a DM hopper like that.
Mm-mm.
You
I
usually do
just
it on
talk
a
to people.
personal level. You do it on a personal level.
Hmm. But that's maybe I should hop in some DMs.
Well, I always tell you, you are absolutely worthless when it comes to dating. Because you don't do any. Like you're such a good dater, but like to get to it, just lazy. You be like, oh, do I want to get there and even speak to any human? But once you do it, you fine. You in it to win it. But like, man, to get you there, my God. You be like, but I have to like ask questions. I'm like, what?
Mm. Yeah, that hacker, yo.
We had a
If I
whole
can find him, Slim, I swear to goodness, man.
oh yeah. Yeah. Y'all told me about that. That was rough.
To be
Offered
a
to be
third in a marriage.
third in a marriage.
Wow.
Mm, really? You was popping right now.
They give you all the smoke.
Actually, I have been approached by a few of those opportunities as well in the poly community. They are also on an all time high right now. People just out here because people are researching stuff and they got time to look up stuff and they got time to see stuff and they watching documentaries and getting
Mhm.
into new stuff. People are
Like, you gotta think
y'all.
about it, like,
People
everybody
might
who was
be
at
wild
work,
coming
right?
out. People might be wild coming out. I don't care what y'all
Like,
say.
everything that people were at work, right, getting DMs or getting stuff that they couldn't really respond to or look at, and different things that like influence thought or influence you to like research or and look up other shit or just new shit, right? So you
Mhm.
really don't get to it the same way. Now you in the house at work, so the phone right here, you could do whatever. So now you like more in tune, like you're more into news, politics, you're more into whatever you into. And that's creating this like surge. That's why it's such like a purge of um minds when it comes to like the socializing, because we ain't wasting no time. We like, I got time, so I ain't about to
Mhm.
waste it like on no we so does it say that we were wasting time before, or just experiencing time in a different way because of the circumstance? Like, I don't know, man. I'll be just talking shit, man. I don't know,
I don't know.
man.
Uh, like, okay, so this is also something I've been doing. When you binge watch things, you start learning things about socializing and dating. Like, I was looking at Martin, right?
Mm.
And I was looking at Martin and Gina. And I mean, they have a lot of, I can say a lot about their relationship, but think about their age. They were successful for their age for sure. But watching their dynamic and how they play with each other, how they joned on their friends together, how they, just kind of watching that part of their dynamic, the playful part, I realized like how serious people are right now. Like, yo, everybody's so serious. Like, even our friend groups are serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, we joke and laugh and play, but not in the same way. Like, think about like Tommy and Go and Pam, like they used to just sit and bake each other, but like on a happy level, like not on like people be so serious now. Like even in baking, it goes wrong real fast. Like they used to get
And
mad.
people are way more sensitive too.
Yes,
Like people are super hyper sensitive to like every little thing, racial shit, sexist shit, all type of different things. Like, and granted, there are reasons, there are things that have been like overblown and like very much out of hand with some of these issues, but there is a level where we should be able to humorize some things and have a sense of humor, especially with our friends, and like connect through
right.
humor about our differences and similarities, whether that be sex, sexual orientation, race, religion, like all that shit. Like, we got to still have fun about it, like, and not be so serious all the time, but it has to be with respect. Like, anything outside of respecting each other, like, it becomes offensive. So,
Like
like,
perfect example. Perfect example of that. So this season of Married at First Sight, no, last season of Married at First Sight, the second half of the show, I guess they were in the pandemic. So they actually had an extended time to be with each other in their experiment because they were in the pandemic. Those couples bonded differently and also broke up very differently. Like it was very intense. And then this season is also, well,
oh,
there are
okay.
some places that are not fully locked down, right? So it's kind of like half open. And so like watching and I was just like engaging with my friends live stream. They were talking about this yesterday, but like even watching like I guess I didn't know that so many people still were like really into the idea of marriage on the level where people are so concerned about it. Like I mean, like in that way. I didn't know it was still heavily going through the new generations in the exact same way. Like two of these women were what 25, 26 or so or something around that age. And the men were older. Um But like even watching like this one dude who's just like a really he's a very disgusting, just disgusting human. Like I don't care what nobody has to say, he's disgusting. And the way he moves about in his life, I've heard so many men speak the way he speaks, but it was like hearing it on TV about the woman you just literally agreed to marry, and you could have taken care of this before even walking down the aisle at this point. Like once you got down the aisle, you still had a chance to be like, nah, we ain't gonna do it. Then this man sleeps with the junk multiple times the night of the wedding, wakes up the next morning, tell the jump she ugly. I mean, I'm summing it up, but that's the gist of it. And then he said it crying like he was just so devastated to be like, I'm not really attracted to you. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's crazy because this is a show I don't regularly watch, but I was watching this with you. And to see a man behave that way was like, even like seeing his father, because we heard an interview in between there where his father like kind of flipped on it because it was like, oh,
Right.
son, woo, woo. But in the moment, to see
He
his
looked at
father and
him
his
like,
mother, his father was like, what kind of crazy his father about? So hearing that, it's like she told the parents, and then the
and
father
then
was like,
semi brainwashed woman.
right. And then for him to reverse that and then go back and be mad at her because the first conversation she had with his parents after
That was
he done
all gaslighting
disrespected
though.
her, he's mad at her for, I was like, damn, this some bitch made ass shit. Like you is a
He
whole
wasn't mad at
Bama
her.
ass little,
He was
like
not. He was not mad at her. That's why I keep trying to tell you, but he wasn't mad. That was the tactic to use to gaslight her so that she would take responsibility for something that she
that's
didn't do.
what I'm saying. It was some bitch made shit. Like he was not really mad. He gonna come at her all bullshit, but you coming with the bullshit. Now you crying.
You've been
She
talking about
come,
sex
she,
since day
she,
one,
she
bro.
come in, he cried.
Right. And then she kissed him. I'm looking at her
She
like,
looking at him like, what's up? Like, and I mean, they went through their little motions to like figure
nah,
out they gonna work it out. He like,
nah.
I'm here.
She's shallow too.
But that shit was disgusting to me. She should have left
Yeah.
right there. Like, give me a divorce, you bitch
When she
ass.
didn't leave, that's why I was like, she was staying with him because she think he handsome and cute and look good on paper.
Or
And she
want some
wants to be
money or
married.
something. It's some
She wants to
money.
be married. She really
They got
wants
to
to
be.
be married.
They got to get some money,
No,
especially in
she
this.
is like a Christian girl that really wants to be married.
Yeah, that's why that shit just looks stupid. And if that's what you doing in the pandemic, socializing, like,
Like, why are you
what are
talking
y'all
to?
doing? Why
Why would
y'all?
you talk to somebody like that after you just smashed them repeatedly and married them? You married them, smashed them, and then the next day tell them you don't like their face. My face was the same face that I was when you smashed me.
Yeah. But it just goes to show, like, there's men are out here just like still getting away with shit like that.
It's so childish. I mean,
And like,
he's young, but like still, like it
I figured in this environment we
would
wouldn't,
be different.
but maybe this environment is harboring more bullshit because people like, well, like I don't have time to really like meet
Well, who's
see
mentoring
other
them?
people.
The toxic men that are mentoring them, the age group that's coming from is not probably really who should be
That
guiding.
that's true too, and that's
Yeah,
why I say like this could be a double-edged sword where it's like some people are tolerating more bullshit right now. Like I could see that happening all around. People just tolerating
yeah.
because it's harder to like keep people's attention. It's hard to keep attention. Even though I don't try, so I'm not trying to like
I mean, you do try when you try.
when I try, but I'm not in
When
that
you try, when you
mindset.
try, you try. I'm gonna stop trying because apparently I can get $150 if I just give somebody a resting bitch face and tell them
Yeah.
I don't like them.
How long was the Zoom for? How long you got $150 for an hour? 30 minutes? What's the rates here?
Man, if you just listen to people talk, you will probably never meet them just because people are nuts. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Oh, most people have vented themselves in the
this
first
is
10
the
minutes.
issue. This is
You
the
bet
issue
you get
right
weeded out
here.
fast. You get weeded out fast from that.
Like pandemic socializing weed you out so fast because you talk so much
It's also crazy.
that it be like, "Psh, I ain't about to go out nowhere. I ain't about
Right.
to do nothing.
You
As a
gotta give
man,
some
I'm
time.
like, I'm not about to spend no money
If I saw you during the pandemic, that means I was willing to risk my life to see you. That means Koya.
and spend
I walked
money.
outside and I spent time with you in any capacity as a human being. That means I am risking my life and I am actually valuing you as a human to come see you in the middle of a pandemic. Like
No, I'm just trying to figure out how to set my prices for virtual dating.
she
So
said, I want to
you
clear my
see,
name. What did
you
she
seem
clear
to
her
have
name?
a price structure because I said how much was that for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours.
I mean, Lily,
I'm
you have
trying to
a
figure out.
business structure in life. I don't think there's anything
I'm
wrong with
just
that.
I'm just
You
trying to
are
mimic
an
what you got going.
independent,
I'm gonna just go and
single
look at jump
woman who
and just be like, what?
somehow has found men who want to give money away for no reason. It's just a
Yeah,
blessing.
you
Such a
did
blessing.
nothing to earn it.
No, I'm trying to figure out how you earned it
That's
because
it. That's what I'm
that's why
trying to
I'm
do.
mad. That's
I'm
why I'm
trying to
mad.
figure out how do we do nothing to earn it. That's what
Like
like,
I'm trying to
you
get the
did
residual
nothing.
income you getting. You
You
got
did
subliminal
nothing.
and you got subliminal
The rest of these folks out here doing something to earn it. They
and
doing
she getting
something.
residuals. You getting residuals.
Okay. You not doing nothing. You just
Hey, no, I don't like you like that. Ding.
ha ha ha.
What's this? What's this for? I just
Good
wanted to.
night. That's all you doing. Sitting there, probably listening to them talk like, oh that oh nice. Oh, okay. Mm. Oh, you have a big house. Nice. Oh, is that a
Lily,
a
Lily
mirror?
hates us right now.
Oh, nice. Huh? You like to do what? Oh,
Oh
so
my god, yo, that's funny.
okay, that's it.
But
Okay.
Matthew, what
Good
about
night.
you? Have you
And then
seen
you wake up, cha-ching. Like, how do you do
right.
that?
Matthew, have you noticed a change in women's attitudes or crazies? Just in
I don't
general?
talk to no women.
You talk to all women.
Yes, y'all are crazy.
Wait, what?
Just you. It's like no.
I
No,
probably have
look at Lily. Lily,
I have
all
been
y'all.
talking you crazy in the pandemic more so than usual.
I think that it's this uh understanding that there's a bigger disconnect than they thought, and like women are adapting, and like a lot of them, not all of them, are adapting a little bit better than some men are.
Hmm.
Uh,
I agree with that.
I wish I could see your face. I should put you on here just so I can see your reaction. Say everything again.
What is your face saying? Everything we're saying is facts.
Yeah,
Okay, we're gonna clear it up. Lily does not
does not.
do any type of sexual works, cameras, self cams, cami cams, prostitution escorts, none of that. She's actually
OnlyFans,
just
nothing.
an independent single lady who will give you resting bitch face once in a while, and sometimes men must be turned on by it and they send her money and buy her coats.
She tried.
Let
She tried to clear her shit up.
her
We
clear it
cleared
up.
it up. It's
I thought that was
nothing.
a good segue,
It's
but we're gonna let
nothing.
you clear it up.
It's
And she gonna come on here bad. It's not gonna help.
nothing.
Actually, you should
We're
just
gonna
come
put
on with your resting
right.
bitch,
So we can put
and
our cash app up
maybe you
here.
get some cash apps. So
I'm
look,
gonna put our
bring her in.
hey.
We'll
This
get
is
some money.
funny. This is too
We
funny.
will get some money. Come on in. We about to get these donations. All right, y'all. When she
Oh
come
my
on here,
god.
I need y'all to cash app. Matthew, what's your cash app?
Uh, money
Because we
sign
are
Matt
money
for
managers.
cash.
We are money managers. Okay, so what's your cash app, Matthew?
Money star. Money sign Matt for
Go
cash.
ahead. Don't we have a link that has all our shit on?
I do. I do. I can put it up. I can put it up.
Yeah, go ahead, cash. We will manage the money
I
and
can put it up.
that's what we'll do. Yo,
Oh
that's
my
hilarious.
god. Huh? You want to see it?
That is hilarious. You gotta show him Lily's face first.
We could donate.
You gotta show him Lily's face. It don't work if you don't show Lily's face.
Oh my gosh. Where is she? She's not here
She
yet. I
said
see.
link me in
No,
because the
in Messenger.
propaganda.
You should have got it already.
Is in
I'm
her
sending
what?
it to
In her
you.
messenger?
Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, there she
Fast. Look
go.
how
Oh,
fast.
look at it.
Hey guys, don't nobody follow. She not
Look,
even
she
in
already
yet.
the
Look,
top
she
of
not
my
even
DVD.
talk. Look, I ain't even added her in. Look, look. Okay, now you can talk. Hi. Hi, Lily.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello, Lisa.
Welcome back.
First of all,
Oh, this is a nice
Welcome back.
purple light. I like that purple light. That's very,
Right?
very
You see,
nice.
y'all already see her. She give y'all the ambiance. Y'all, she give y'all that
Hold on.
ambiance. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure to put
Make
the
sure that
banner
the offers are good. Yeah.
now y'all
Cash
do
app.
not put y'all cash app
Matt
up
for
there.
cash for Lily's
First of
beautiful face and
I
whatever
Y'all
works
love
are
best
y'all
for y'all.
welcome.
guys.
You're welcome, world. Look at this. Look what we give you. A unicorn and a dragonfly.
Mommy said, I'm old. That sounds great. Mommy, we can get you on this game. Okay.
First of all,
Lily will
thank
train
you.
you. Get these
Thank
bills.
you. First
Oh
of
my
all,
gosh. First of all,
y'all was on the date with me, okay?
well,
He
run my
called on a video chat and I put the phone and was like, say hi to my brother and my sister.
You
And he was
did.
like,
We didn't know that
oh,
was a date. That day was dry.
oh
he
yeah,
was
I need
dry. I was
$15.
shocked
I need
to wake
fifteen
up to
dollars for
money.
that
Yeah, I remember
intro.
we gave you all the good energy for the money.
Right. We
Yeah,
was
I
like,
was like, what is this? He was like, well, you said your birthday was coming up. And, just I'm a good person and
Oh,
happy
that's a good
birthday.
lead in.
tell them
Matthew,
my
put that cash
birthday's
up. My birthday's coming up.
oh
February
look
Right.
at that.
21st. It'll be my 40th birthday. Send me $40 to Matthew's Cash App. Matt
I
for
was
cash.
happy. But I wanted to
Birthday
say,
come on, let's go. Fundraising.
Fundraising. We fundraising
Fun,
out here.
not fund. Fun raising.
Fun.
No D.
Fundraising for my 40th birthday because I
Jojo,
got to 40 and I look like this still.
I wanted to say though that
Okay. Now Lily continue.
that was a one time in my 37 years that has ever happened to me. So it was new. And I was being very nice to this man. We did two virtual dates where
Oh,
he
he got
showed me around his house.
right.
And then the second one, I showed you guys in my house. And that was
Right.
it. We didn't really talk about shit. I mostly listened because
Mm,
now I'm learning that if you listen, you will find out what type of crazy this person is.
absolutely.
So I didn't say shit most of the time. I just listened to him talk. I would
Mhm.
ask a few questions. He would sometimes answer them. It depended on what was going on at the moment. Now, what did happen was as I was like doing this little online dating thing, I met a lot of men who were very comfortable with just being like, so were you trying to fuck? Like
Yes. Like off
ASAP.
break talking.
Like
Off break.
you haven't even checked to see if I'm a real person. You're
People
just
haven't asked me my last name, my birthday, my favorite color,
it
what
was
my job
nothing.
is. They
My
just like,
name, my
huh?
name, my name, my name. It happened the other night at the gas station. And that's another thing. It's not just online.
No, it's
Something
in
is
human life.
happening.
It's human.
Something is happening outside. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just because it's winter
Yeah.
or what, but it was going on when it was warmer. I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten offered to have 3 babies by 3 different men at 3 different gas stations in the
And y'all,
district
she is not joking. She called us like tripped out. Like, what is happening outside? Because these men are offering to put babies in me, and I don't know them, and I'm just trying to mind my business and get crabs. And I was like, what?
It happened twice. It happened twice at 2 different crab spots and then 3 different gas stations. So basically 5 times. And they're all different men, all different ages. I don't know what's going on. And so I'm like, well, I get that people are like lonely, but that's a jump from I just want to see you or I'm trying to get some to let's just have babies right now. And I believe a few of them were serious. Like if I would have been like, all right, it would have went down.
I got offered to be a sugar baby by a dude that was my age, and he thought I was 20 something.
That's been going on too. That's been going on too. There's a crop of us who don't look old,
Yes.
right? Because we're supposedly old now.
Right.
There's a crop of us that don't look it. And I'm getting it from all sides. The youngins is out of control. They
Out of
offering
control.
things.
I'm not. Oh, because I look old. That's why. Damn.
No, no. The
No.
youngins, the young men, the 25 group of men, the 25 to 28, they wilding a lot,
Wow.
a lot. There's
A
a
lot.
lot of that. I didn't see much of that
A
before.
lot
Now
of them
it's
been
all
found
over.
my page. I'm like, who is these youngins? I'm like, who
They're
is
all
these
over the place.
babies?
And then around like
Who?
November, December, Facebook did something. And I was getting like 15 to 20 men, black men only in my
They
area
started
trying to be
dating
They
my
apps.
started
friend.
a dating jump. They
But
I
started
was
a
before that, but
I
I
wasn't
think
in
like
the app. I wasn't on the
I
dating
wasn't
app.
in the
I
app
think
either.
I think it linked something to like people's
Something
profiles
happened
anyway.
because
Like if your shit said single or something, I think
mine
it
says
put you in
nothing.
because I got like sent messages like continue your profile or whatever. I
And I was
did,
like,
but
what?
I ain't
You
get no
did?
message.
Okay, maybe because I was
I
like,
didn't
what?
continue the profile. I just was like, let me see what this is.
I was like,
Cause
I
if you think
never,
about it, like Facebook would be like the more ideal place that
I
everybody's
would date
already
on
at.
Facebook because you can find people easier. You can figure it out easier.
here's the
Yeah,
thing
like
about that
it's
though.
already integrated.
You can
I
see
got
mutual
curious.
friends. I like that.
But I got curious and I went ahead and was like, what's the Facebook dating? Went
Uh,
on there and I was like, I would never even look at any of these. First of all, I don't know where they. I see random people on Facebook that look way better, smarter than
They be
like this
linking
shit.
that
It was
shit be
like, are y'all
crazy.
serious right now?
So they'll also link you with like like people that are like somehow in your network or close. Like it's weird.
and
I
then
think they use the algorithm.
some dating apps are attached to your social media profiles and stuff like that. Some people sign in
Uh-huh.
to Facebook, so it's probably linking all types of stuff.
I was disgusted. Anyway, but that was pretty scary
I
with
haven't
all the friend
checked it. I
requests.
might want to check it. You know,
It happened like for
I'm,
like
I'm
a 2 or 3 weeks. It was just a bunch of, and it was like
That's
literally
dangerous.
all black men,
I'm
like
willing
20
to
and
do
30,
a
40.
study and like do some dating
Okay.
on like a platform like that and discuss it like as a part of this show and like
Well, I have done that, and let me tell you,
because
Adam fought us tooth and nail
Oh,
that most men aren't like that, that we just didn't
live.
know how to choose them, and so we set him up on a profile with Isha's picture,
Okay.
and one of his homeboys was
came
like,
in.
No.
"What that mouth do?"
Oh
ASAP Rocky.
no.
And I was like,
Oh no.
I just told you, your
Oh no.
friends don't talk to you about this because they're not trying to
Oh
have sex
no.
with you.
Oh no. Let me tell y'all.
Some of y'all friends is
Look
out
at
here reckless.
with the
Well,
friends.
I ain't talking about on that way. I'm talking about like for myself, like as an experiment to actually see what like something like a
Yeah, no,
Facebook dating
that would be
because I've
interesting.
experienced, you know, and like what it would be like and how it connects
But
people
first of all,
differently.
that's crazy if he thought that for real. He didn't think that for real
Well,
because
he had to learn because
men
his
say
I
thing
do
was
know because
his
y'all
I
his
show
have
thing
never
was
seen the most.
and
I
they
have never
infiltrate
seen.
our
I got off the dating
chat.
app because of it. Like I got off of that because of that. Because it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
wasn't aware that that was a thing. But in real life, that's happening. So I'm just,
yep.
I don't know. I just met somebody at the gas station a
Yeah, I'm
couple of
over it.
nights ago, and I'm pretty sure he was trying to sex traffic me. I'm
What?
quite sure.
We need to
He
get
he
that
he
concealed
walked up
carry
to
because I
me.
ain't got time for
He
this.
had a whole brand new Mercedes truck. He walked up to me.
Okay.
I was pumping gas. I had on a hood and a mask, and you could barely see my face or
Right.
anything.
We need to
And
get
he
you
was
a nine
like,
millimeter to go.
"What's your number? You got a man?" And I was like,
Dang.
"I'm sorry, what? Wait, huh?"
Nah, I got a number for you. It's 16 plus one, 9 millimeter. What the fuck?
And
That's
I was
the
like, "No, I'm
number.
good. I'm
Well,
good." And
Maryland, 10
I
plus
think
one,
he
9.
thought I meant like, "Nah, I don't have a man." And he just started talking more. He was like, "Put your number in my phone." And he put the phone in my face and was like, "Put
What?
your number in the phone." And I was like,
Why
"All
you
right,
so
I'm good."
aggressive?
And then he was like, "Cause I'm trying to see you later."
Oh, you was aggressive. Calm down.
And I was like, "Oh my God." And I got in the car and like skirted off. But I was
But
just
that's
like,
the thirst I'm talking about. It's aggressive thirst, y'all.
I
Like
was
it's
like, "What is this scariness?
nah,
You're
I don't
scaring
like
me.
That's why
This is
concealed
crazy."
carry. That's why concealed carry is a thing because you need to be like, I got 10
I,
digits for you plus one.
I
How
would
would
love to go back to Georgia for that reason right there.
Lily doesn't need to have no parts of no concealed weapon.
Yes, she does.
I'm
Just cause
good.
just
She need
cause
to
she
stay in
got
the
that
house.
type of shit going on.
She need to
I'm
stay.
So
military raised
if they
out here.
will,
I know how to handle
if they
myself.
willing to
She be
come up
trying to
to her
find
that
people.
close,
She be trying to anyway now.
I'm military raised. I'll be good at this shit. But that's what I've been
Exactly.
experiencing. I've been experiencing a lot of um
Shenanigans.
extreme
shine
shenanigans.
on
Like
gens.
more extreme than like regular life before the pandemic.
Right.
Like it's been very crazy because I haven't been anywhere really. So it's like it shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't
Well,
be much going on.
I think it also gave people time to like it get well, me on a personal level, like it gave me time to just kind of look at my dating life and my social life like you know what I've done during the year really. Like I got to kind of assess things in a
Yeah.
different way and break things down and kind of just really try to, you know, see things clear. Because when you out and about and energies are around you all the time, like you don't always have that time to like process
Vet.
Mhm.
and vet. Right. And
The
you know,
therapist told me
I told
to vet.
Matthew by the end of this pandemic, I was like, Matt, we ain't got no more friends. Like he was like, what you want to do for your birthday? I was like, I ain't got no friends. Like
Hey guys, you can come to my house.
it's
I
just
have
gonna
a
be
fire
me.
pit.
It's just gonna be me, you, and Lily. I was like, that's what I said.
Matthew can put the fire pit downstairs for me,
You're supposed to
and
be.
we can hang out.
Yeah.
And it's that's what's happening right now. It's like I'm alone most of the time. Some days I don't even speak until like 3 p.m.
Me neither.
And I'm
Me
like,
neither.
oh, I haven't been talking. You know what I'm saying?
And I be up in the day, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if
I
people
be
aren't
up, but
changing their
I ain't talking
focus
about
on a lot of shit, like the daytime now is like, I want to meditate, I want to exercise, I want to do things, I want to like study things that I'm into, like work about the business, like
Right.
focus on certain stuff, and then by the afternoon, then I can open myself up to people,
Yeah.
and that's fine for me, and the social world before, was still like that. Like now people are like, "Oh, you are home all day. I could talk to you." Nah, I'm not talking to you at this
Yeah,
time.
you got
I'm
to set
chilling.
your home office
Like
hours. You know what
everybody who
I'm
know
saying?
Koya, don't call her or hit her phone before 10 a.m. unless it's an emergency.
There
I've
are
learned.
there
Very
are a
important.
very few amount of humans that have rare
Before
rare
10 a.m. access.
no like and I mean that means that person must have all day access to me. There are rare people who have all day access to me where it don't matter if they send me a text, it is what it is. I'm gonna see it when I see it.
I think, yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not answering you before like I just need to be in double digits, but it need to be in like no, don't
I be up
hit me
around
after one.
6:30.
Just hit me after one.
That's
Dog.
double digits,
I be
1,300
up pretty early. I've
Okay.
invested in yoga and meditation in the morning.
Yes.
That's helped,
I had to
you
get
know.
back into that. I had to get back into it. because
And
I kind of
stillness.
lost being out so much. I didn't do it as often as I needed to while I was out.
And I didn't want to be out when it was open. I wanted to be in the house. But now that I don't have an option, I'm like, I would like to go outside now.
Right. Right. And I mean, so like it's one of those things where it's like I think for me, I've been consciously doing things. So everything I do now, I'm consciously choosing things on purpose. Like if somebody hits me up and I'm interested in them, I'm consciously like I'm thinking about the pandemic. I'm thinking about how this person moves. Like, is this person considerate of the fact that I am trying to be considerate of the people that I'm around, as well as
Yeah.
me and myself.
Mhm.
And then there's other things
Yeah.
you pay attention to, like people who ain't with their kids, people who ain't
Ooh,
paying, just a lot of stuff. People who got multiple situations going on. Like
I've
a
been
lot.
paying
Oh
The
yeah,
attention to
pandemic
you
is
stuff.
can't
very
really,
telling.
you can't fake the funk now like you
Yes.
could before in
You
your
can't
social
act
life.
like
Like you can't
yeah.
really, you gotta
Yeah.
have like a stable. You gotta be like, what's your
Yeah.
situation? Like it
Yeah.
was people out here that was bi-coastal like a motherfucker in their own city.
And they was lying. Oh, listen, I had one in
Listen,
my
they
house.
lived over here, they lived over there, they lived.
I had some
They ain't know
experiences that
but 7
Exactly.
miles.
I had some people, around me that were,
Exactly.
wait a minute, where you actually live at? So, yeah, I have found that it's a catch 22 for me now. So I want to be dating and social, but because I'm so clear, it just ain't gonna. I'll be
It's
like, nope,
simple.
not you, not you, not you, not you, not you, not you. And now I'm like, I don't even want to participate anymore. I'm kind of over it. I think I've gotten
I
to the
don't.
place where I've heard my aunt is like in her 50s, and she said this one time, and I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, it's so much other shit to do. I'm not worried about that. And I'm finally there. And I'm like, oh, this is where how you get here.
Mm,
You just fucking focus on yourself, and then I don't know. It's like
mm.
a night alone watching something on TV or listening to music and drinking and smoking some weed by myself sounds more fun than talking to certain people or being around certain people.
I'm on the ladder of that because you stayed a little more social than I did during this time on that level. But like for me, like I'm just like I'm now in the place where I need like a human being that I can be safe with, but that I can have fun with, because what I've learned in the pandemic is like I cannot do the like high strung, like arguing, like high strung anything. Like I really need that person to be like calm and fun and
Like by the time we get together, it need to be like understood that we are here to enjoy our time
This is
together.
a peaceful
And
ambiance.
like we don't bring any
Yes.
extra stuff because we don't have time
we
to
don't
be
disconnect. Like when we in that space, we enjoy that space. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
I've
right.
changed the
Whatever
lighting
we
in
do
my
have
house.
to,
That's
I
how
That's
see.
peace
cool.
at peace my ass is. Like that don't even have to turn up in here. You just turn all the way down,
Right.
dial it back, smoke some shit, look at a little TV, I've been listening to all these music sisters.
Y'all like
And
that
I've
light
been
in her house, y'all?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got the purple light
I like
going
that.
here.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
see,
Right.
y'all see
Got
the
the
glow.
Zen go.
Right.
It's Zenny up in
Y'all,
here
if
all
y'all
day.
like that glow, you see,
If
turn to
y'all like
the right,
that
you see
glow,
that?
and
Turn
y'all
to the side
appreciate us
again.
talking for
Donate to Cash App.
Just
donate
turn
Let
to
me
Cash
give y'all my resting bitch face.
Right, exactly. She don't
thank
like
you.
you. See, thank you.
Until we see some money, she ain't gonna smile.
Y'all is y'all go
Let me
y'all
give you
is
the other angle. This angle.
They could probably like that though. That's kind of funny. They could probably like that. Them like model poses. They probably be like,
they
damn.
would like that. They
They don't
like all
even
of
know
that.
that you looking at
There's
them
a whole
crazy.
date
That's the
app.
problem. They don't even know you looking at them crazy.
Niggas love
I'm
that.
the one that's looking at them like this, like, hi guys, and they're like,
You do. You be too giddy. You be so giddy. I just be listening to him talk like,
See, you look like you interested, but you're not.
and then when he ask me a
You see
question,
how she said?
you look like you interested, but you not. That's
and
a
then when
good
he
one.
asks me, so what you like to do? The same shit you do. Yeah, same shit, same shit. Oh, okay.
Same
Because
shit you guys like to do, guys. You know,
because
ladies,
once
ladies
a man
donate too.
tell you all
Ladies,
he
y'all
do
can
is watch
donate to the
CNN.
Ladies,
ladies
you can
one.
donate too.
I'm sharing. This is
Once
UniKoy
a
number two.
man tell you all he do is watch CNN all day and go to work, anything I say that I like to do, you ain't probably never heard of it. You don't know what I'm talking about. Like we ain't on the same level,
Hey,
bro.
you're not okay. No, that's a good point that you just said. That is something
Like,
else
are
I
we
have
doing the same
realized
shit?
in
No,
the
no,
pandemic.
we're not.
No, what I realized in the pandemic is the things that I would give leadway to before the pandemic in a conversation
It's a wrap.
that would make up for it in person because of their fun
It's
activity level or their funny level is now not working. So like
not
now
working.
that intellectual side is real serious for me. And
I
also
need to be able
likes
to
and
talk to you.
dislikes, like our shows we watch, like
Right, because
movies.
yeah, because I know that we're gonna have more of that, and I'm gonna have to talk to you more. And I'm like,
I'm gonna need
do I
you to
want
know
to talk to
more
you
than
or
Instagram and CNN.
If all you listening to is gangster rap, we ain't gonna do well.
Don't even get me started on that. I've come up with a whole new idea just off of that. And I have to figure out how to get this done because I think it's gonna work. You know, I've developed some habits. I done started buying vinyls again. This is great.
Oh,
I have a
a
new,
lot of people have been doing that as of
I have a new baby in the house,
a
so
wait
what?
I'm
a minute,
excited.
a
A
record player?
new vinyl.
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
was like the new baby.
I had to start my collection
Yeah,
over, so I
dog.
have a brand new one.
Matt, you see
The
our
puppy?
faces? Look, she talked to us about
Where's
this.
the
What you
puppy?
talking about?
The vinyl, nigga, not no baby.
No, like I thought you were talking about like a puppy or something.
No, I thought about a puppy, but I'm not a puppy person right now.
I can feel that. I
It's
I
mean,
don't want to
expensive.
take care.
you don't go nowhere now though, so that's
Yeah, but
like
it's expensive. It's expensive. It's expensive.
But
I
it's
looked it
not
up.
cheap. It's not cheap.
Oh, and if I'm not doing what you're supposed to do, I'm neglecting the dog. I can't do that to the dog. I believe that alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't in my life right now. But like, I don't know. I just think that
I've gotten into lashes. That's been fun. I've been putting lashes on and shit, just like doing shit I would never do outside.
I've
It's
been cutting
cool.
my hair
I've been
every
doing
time
my
I'm
edges,
it
you know
to
what I'm
look different.
saying? Got the
uh,
edges
of
popping.
Call of Duty.
You
I
have been
mean, I'm about to do that next. I'm
Matthew
about
has
to
been
invest.
doing that.
I'm about to invest in a PlayStation
Determined to get good
again.
at it.
Yeah, my brother gave me
That's the
what is
last
it?
resort,
A
though.
Xbox? What is it? A Xbox?
The Xbox.
Harry
Those are
give me
lit.
Xbox?
Right, Xbox.
Yeah, so I gotta like I have things I can do with, but I'm over myself. I don't want to look at myself anymore, and I don't want to feel on myself anymore.
Well,
Okay.
turn off your camera then. Gosh damn it.
I
No, wait.
mean, okay. So wait, let me say this about the toy situation.
Mm,
I think it helps everyone
What kind of toys are we
sure,
talking about?
sure it
get
does.
the just get the endorphins going.
Adult
All what
toys,
adult toys? Just any type.
Toys.
Okay.
Yeah,
any type
toys.
of self
Okay.
pleasurable.
Yeah, it's good for you. And I found one that was very awesome, and I think that everybody should get it.
Everybody or women?
Mm,
Everybody, like men could have it
okay.
for their person that comes over or whatever. It's kind of
Okay. Which one is this? I'm always
Every
interested.
it. It is called in the guise of socializing, right? This is
okay.
a good little
And what is
tool to
it?
have. It is called Fantasy for Her,
Hmm.
and it is a like 3, 4 part situation. So
Four
it's
parts.
one toy, but it does 4 different things. You can
Okay.
use it
Is it
like a
remote
regular
as
thing.
well?
Wait a minute. Wait
Huh?
a minute. It's getting complicated already. It's called
Fantasy
Fantasy
what?
for Her.
Fantasy for
Okay.
Her is by a company called Pipe Dream. This is not an ad. I just like the thing.
Okay.
And it has a little tongue, and the tongue has all these settings,
Okay. This is an
and it
interesting
has
Mm.
a
toy.
suction cup,
Let me hurry up and find this
2
thing.
different suction cups, and you can use those to do things.
Oh, look
And
at
then it
this.
vibrates,
Hmm.
Okay.
And
so
you
you
keep
can
it
use it
tight
that
too,
way.
Koya.
You can use like the actual handle as a other type of toy.
Mm.
It's like they thought of everything and put it on this one toy, and I thought it was real cool.
It's like a
And what
multi.
does it look like
There's
exactly?
multiple types of it actually, Koya.
There's
There's
a
like,
bunch of them,
oh,
but the one
this one is remote here. This one,
remote they have remotes.
see,
Is
I
this
didn't
what we're
know that was
speaking of?
actually
Yes, that's well something like that. Yes, one of those.
that's
It's
one
one of
of
those.
them.
That's one of those versions. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see the pieces now.
There's a palm version. You
There's a
saw
there's several.
there's a $200 version.
they got the
That's,
key training
yeah,
one.
but you can
Oh,
find it cheaper on Amazon.
the
Fantasy
red
for her is a company, so they got different.
this
Pipe frame is lit. Something like
Oh,
that. A little closer. Yeah, more
mhm,
like that.
look at that!
interesting.
Look at that! See, we learned
Oh,
something.
there's a lot happening here.
Oh, look, they got the little ring jump. Okay, see,
Wait,
guys,
there's a lot.
they got
Oh, okay.
they got
I
some
okay,
pictures.
guys, look at that.
Yeah,
That
that's the one I have.
look at that.
So there's like and it goes different speeds. It could go doo-doo-doo-doo, or do do do
She's
do
like,
or
I have not come across this
oh,
as of yet, but it
they
is
got a
now in the phone.
silicone like jump, like for the
Yeah, that
shot.
sounds serious. That was
it's not, and they have it on Amazon.
I'm looking at this one with the little hand ring.
That's why I said it could guys could have it on, on standby for the lady.
Yeah, man.
You never know. You might be tired one night. Just want to there. There you go.
Nah, you
It's
know
dope.
what I found is like it's introducing things like this into like sexual relationships with your partner are
What is
really
it?
fun because there's a
mhm.
lot of people who do not like do things like that. They just like really stick to just
That is
traditional,
one
just like sex with each
It
other,
could
and they
be
don't like
safe, right? It's a safer
expand.
version
I mean,
of
you
that.
still like it's all types of stuff. Like there's a version of these toys too, like that you can send to your partner virtual, like to her house, and you can
That's
have
what I'm
control
saying.
at your
They
Yep,
house.
got a
You know,
remote.
do you have on
yep,
the toys today? And then she's like,
yep.
yes. And you could just play. You could just send it.
So
You
there's
send
definitely ways of like, yeah, there's definitely ways of playing around in
You
that
can
way.
be
That's what
creative.
I learned is that like I didn't realize how serious people were until we got into the pandemic. Like,
People are
I
not
was like,
creative as I thought they would be.
no, not at all.
I'm
yeah,
disappointed in a lot of people's
that's
non-creativity.
I'll say this: some
is my
people are
computer
very
being loud?
surprising, and then some people you're just like,
Am I gone or y'all still there?
hmm,
Is
Check,
Matt
check.
we're
Do,
frozen?
do. Is
Matt
it
is
two?
frozen. I think.
I think that was the
Check.
weirdest thing about this whole thing is like I thought certain people would be so creative
Right.
and they weren't.
Well, I mean, eh,
It was trash.
you know.
It was trash. There's a lot of
Also,
trash.
like I realized how nervous people got. Like once we got locked down, it's almost like casual dating became this like very serious thing. And I think people were like, well, because we're in the house and we're not trying to intermingle, it's like everything's so serious. So like the people that like each other and that want to get to know each other, or that was maybe digging each other right before, or you know what I'm saying? It's like they feel pressured to like dive in because you're still like trying to not be out here. But like it is crazy. So
Well,
it's like
yeah, it's a catch
everybody's like
22. Like
equilibrium.
if you're going to date random multiple people, that looks different now,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and that's not that appetizing if you
No.
got to go risk your life all the time. So people
That
are
is a thing
dealing
too.
with.
That's yeah. It's
Uh,
like Koya said earlier. Like I gotta think about all the considerations now when you like can we go out before you could be like let's just go out and feel each other out, let's go to coffee, let's just
Right.
go to a dance spot
can't
where
do that now.
you can't just spend time like and just like feel each other out, hey, because in those times you usually get some good time in, it's usually multiple hours of time that you like eat,
Right.
And you
hang.
can see the person's like how they react to the public, how they act. I can't tell
Right,
you how many dates I've been on before all this, and a dude act weird in public, like he don't like being in public, and it's like
right,
strange.
but
Okay,
on here you just like everything.
right.
You all that and then some on the virtual world. Like
Yeah.
That's what
Right,
like, and we learned that back in the days with the
Yeah. Yeah.
MySpace,
right.
Black Planet, all that
That's
time.
why I said
We
this
learned
is
like
familiar to me. It's a very familiar space. The
And that's
sitting
because of
around,
our age range.
just sitting around and sitting in the house, it
Yeah.
and not being able to go and do things is a very familiar territory.
80s
Probably,
babies are actually prepped for this. Like
yeah, because
we
I was like, we weren't allowed to go outside for a while when the crack shit was happening too tough, and it was like, nah, you ain't going out there. And it might not have been this long, but life felt like it was on hold for a while.
I mean, yeah, like there
For a
was
while,
definitely, but it was also just a different environment. It was
it
a
was
different
different.
like, it was just
Yeah,
different.
yeah, you didn't have to wear a mask and shit, but it was still bad. But I
Right.
don't know. I feel oddly comfortable, so I don't know if that makes me crazy, but
Hmm.
I'm cool with it. And I think also like this is the first time in my personal life that I'm like I'm good. Like I don't have to worry about shit getting cut off or like having to
Right.
have 3 and 4 jobs. Like
Did
this is a
Matthew die?
very
Matthew screamed that?
yeah. I think Call of Duty took over or something. But I don't know. I like some of the stuff that's coming out of it, but a lot of it is I'm very interested to see what happens.
There he is.
I came back. I was back for a minute.
You
Cause
wasn't doing nothing. You was like this.
I was back and then it froze and then it kicked me. Like the joint was tripping for a
You
second.
was
Just
like this. Uh
look, and
oh.
then I just booted. Like the joint be
What just
lunch.
happened?
You it booted you first, then it booted me. Now it's booted
Okay,
her.
so this is the Mercury retrograde
That
version.
technology should be real, Slim.
Appreciate the Mercury.
Like yesterday, the game was freaking tripping. The game was tripping all day. Every time I was in a match with the fellas yesterday, like after every jump, I got kicked out
And
the party.
it's a crazy lag too. And now you're like not there. And I'm here until he gets his back together. Because right now he's not moving. But um dang, and Lily got kicked off as well. There she goes.
Oh, I had got kicked out.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, this
Matthew.
jump is lunching right now.
Matthew Matthew's screen doesn't want us to see him.
That's funny. It's
Can
something
you
going
not
on with
see me?
the
Can you
internet
see me
today.
now? Can you see me
Huh?
now? Can you see
Mm-mm.
me?
No, you're just a black screen.
It's something
Oh,
going
I
on
can
with
see
the
y'all
internet.
perfectly. Like it
Oh,
don't
you
even.
can see us?
Yeah, it look normal to me right now.
We can
Everything look.
hear you,
Oh wow.
You have
but
your
on the
camera
screen,
covered up?
I'm looking at the stream and okay, you're back
There you
now.
are.
You frozen?
Yeah.
No,
Blink.
I'm not frozen. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm
I'm here.
not a glitch. I'm not a
Cause
glitch.
it's
I'm not
easy. You
a
could
glitch.
just.
I'm not a glitch. Uh-oh.
I did that.
So he just ah!
Gotcha. That was good. I did it good, right?
You're so
She did it.
childish.
Look, she did it. She did
Y'all
it.
are so
That's good.
childish.
That looks good.
Why are
You
y'all
got, cause
like
you got to
this?
do it in a crazy ass joke. You got to be like,
Why are y'all like this? I hate you guys. Y'all are so funny.
and you can't blink or nothing. You just got to be there.
I
Yo,
can't
that's
stand
hilarious. That's funny as hell. But see what I'm saying? See how we be having fun, right? Like
I
there,
find that my
there
brand of
no dudes
humor,
having fun. Dudes are not having fun, dog.
my brand of humor is not appreciated in this current
They're
climate of
so
dating.
serious. I'll be like,
Men are so angry. I'll be like,
I
what's
don't.
wrong
They're
with
so
that?
angry and so serious. I'll be like,
You want to
bruh,
do some job right
lighten
here?
up, bruh.
Happening over there.
We worried about COVID. Lighten up.
Yo, have y'all seen that video? I sent you the video, Koya, where the dude was like, I'm not putting my feet in the ground with you today, god damn it. I'm not doing that shit.
No, that joke was like, hey, yo, I didn't
That's
post
your
it about
journey.
15 times. I made Matthew watch it because that joke was so funny. He was like, how you gonna just let me stand there in front of my mother and my grandmother and I proposed to you and you didn't even say yes. You gonna walk outside and I because I wanted to share it with the sun. Well, why is my engagement ring on your toe? Because
That was
I
so great. I
I
felt
will
so
never walk
triggered.
alone. Like you would
Oh, I
never walk
loved it.
alone.
It was
That
beautiful.
Jones
I was like,
said,
"Oh my God, that's so me. Is that me? Oh Lord."
she was like, I need to go to Kathmandu for 2 months and talk
I
to
felt so
the
seen.
Guardians. He was like, Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
I felt so seen. I was like,
Matthew
"This
was
is so
lost
funny."
on that. That's your journey. That's your journey. That is your
That's
journey.
your journey. I've said it 1,000 times. That is your journey.
We
That's
have
how
to
I felt
allow
with
our
niggas.
ears to be naked. We have to allow our ears to be naked. You know
Do
what I'm
you
Oh
hear
saying?
yeah.
no?
I felt like the
He was mad.
But
He
wait,
was mad.
literally, this is why I'm laughing. In the last 3 days, I have probably said the word energy to like 3 or 4 dudes. Like, nah, see, like the energy like that is happening right now. Like, I'm not.
I'm all about this energy. Like, listen, let me tell you something. I don't
Well, like
care
I'm
if you think
digging your
I'm a
energy.
witch.
Like I'm all about this energy, right? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't care if you think I'm a witch or I'm weird or the hoodoo voodoo, whatever. You ain't fit to be over here with your angry ass and acting angry and crazy on me. I'm just done with that. I did enough of that and I'm done with it. So anytime it's too aggressive and angry, I'm like, you need to maybe go drink some water and just center yourself for a second. Let's talk about this
right,
later. I
right.
mean, that was back when I was talking to people, but I ain't doing that shit now. But when I was, that was my thing. Like, you
Back
know,
when you were talking to me,
woosah. Yeah, I'm hibernating. It's wintertime. I'm hibernating.
you're hibernating. I'm
Mhm.
trying to come out of hibernation.
I think I'm just kind of over people for now.
Mm.
Certain people, certain type of
Yes,
people. I'll put it
you've been, but you have been like online social. You have
yeah,
been
I can do
online social, so like you should probably be a
online
little burnt
social
out
is
right
online social for me is easier because well, first of all, I'm only online social with people I know in real life. So that's how I keep in touch with people that I cannot see, but are my very dear friends and family in real life. So that's really why I'm on online anything.
now.
Now, when
Right,
we start talking about like Clubhouse and stuff, it's a great distraction. Kind of a cool educational tool. But other
right.
than that, I mean, yeah, social life is kind of trash right now.
Mm, yeah. Yep.
Kind of
It's just
trash.
because I just don't want to. I just don't want to be stressed out. Like I don't want to be in anything that's gonna stress me out.
And a lot of people, unfortunately, are in stressful situations. And I just have to be understanding of that because
Yeah,
everybody's
my
life is
life is
not,
stressful right now.
yeah, everybody
Yeah.
ain't doing well. And I get it. So,
No, everybody's stressing. So you're right. Like yeah, everybody personally is not doing great. So it's a hard time to even bring that on anybody's energy on all
yeah, like,
sides. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I
like
don't feel like that's why
regularly.
that's why I was chilling.
Yeah, everybody's not doing well. And
I'm
so
looking at the pic. Oh, I looked at the pic, but she's still brown skin. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But look at her face though. She got a more European features.
who y'all talking about? Who that?
This is the this is the dude that I was talking about on Married at First
Oh,
Sight.
married at
This is
first. I
not his
thought we got
wife,
into this.
but she wants to be a wife. But so Matt, do you see this Jones face compared to the one that he married to?
She wants to be a wife.
I guess his wife. I don't know. Maybe this is
Oh,
the girl he was engaged
What are
to.
y'all talking about?
That was the
He
Married at
just,
First Sight couple.
he just want to be someone's wife. Not.
No, he's
Oh,
married. He got married on Married at First Sight, the show Married at First
oh,
Sight,
I never watched
and
that show.
he smashed his wife the first. He smashed his wife the first night and woke up the next morning and told her he wasn't attracted to her. But like they was
And
smashing all night and all morning.
after he married her.
Right.
That's the dude though. And so the girl that's there is a different girl that he was either with at some point. This is his speed, is what I'm assuming.
What?
Is this Joe?
That's the man.
She only
Basically, what
she only a couple
basically what
seconds.
everybody's saying is the Joan he got is a butterface. Like her body bad, but her I don't think her face
That
is
jump
bad.
right there was not.
But he look like that. What? He don't look like. What the fuck?
They
Okay.
not that far apart.
They country, and I think in his mind, because of what he has on paper, in his mind,
One
he
of those. Okay.
he,
No, the
he
the
wants
paper
to-
guys.
yeah.
So
I would get a
that's his
cash out
joint
from him.
now. He
I'm
got
sure.
divorced, so that's his joint
I
now,
don't know who that Joan is. I don't know if that's the fiance or the Joan that he may or may
or
not
the
have a
baby
baby
mother.
with. Right. The one he might or may not have a baby with.
I
I
hate
was
that.
like,
I hate that.
she needs to sue the show.
That's so sad and disgusting.
Because he was already toxic. He shouldn't have been picked anyway.
He doesn't even look like nothing for him to be having no
Oh, he was
preferences.
disgusting,
I'm like,
girl. He was disgusting. He
you
got a
lucky somebody want to be
his
naked in front
daddy.
of you
His
with your
daddy set her
blockhead
down.
ass.
His daddy set her down at the reception and basically told her how she needed to please her husband because he gonna be working hard.
Not the daddy.
The
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
daddy.
the daddy.
Oh my lord. Yeah, see that's are we going backwards? Because I feel like this is happening a lot more often than I care to actually admit.
That's what Maddie was saying earlier. Like,
What is happening?
what's going on with the men right now? Like,
Like, what is all this caveman weird shit? Like, first of
I don't
all,
know. I have a theory, but nobody's gonna like my theory
I
because
want to love. I probably would love
we
your
gonna
theory because I
say
don't get it.
we gonna say that we weren't affected by it, but I honestly believe that we have been heavily affected by our administration. I heavily believe that the
Oh,
toxicity
the Trump and the Trump.
that has
Okay.
that has convoluted
Mm.
where
Mm.
we live, um,
Mm.
and the stress we've been in because of that, uh,
Mm.
as a
On top,
people,
on top of the pandemic.
on top of the pandemic, on top of the racism, on top of everything else, and just the fact that he's a toxic male that drives those men out. Like those are his. That's his fan base. Is the
This is
toxic masculinity.
true, but also, okay,
I think it's in that. I think it's subconscious though. Is what I'm saying.
I got you. Okay, because I'm seeing a lot. It's like a lot, and it's like
No, it's bad.
heavy. It's
It's
heavy.
bad. It's
Like
bad.
where are y'all getting this shit from? First of all,
Every day I'm having to be like, Matt, am I tripping or dudes
it's
are
a
tripping?
lot. I've seen a lot of within the younger men, and I'm like, but we don't even. That ain't even how we roll in our generation. What are you doing?
Right. Matthew died. I'm
Talk,
a
telling, telling
I'm
people,
telling.
telling. I think I died too. Oh, yep,
No,
yep.
you good.
No, my face is stuck on my screen.
Is it? Oh, you're moving on the screen.
Maybe it's my
I don't
screen.
know why. I don't know why I keep doing that.
It doesn't like you.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
Matthew had a whole issue with it too. Oh yeah, hers did it too. Both of y'all.
Yep,
Okay.
she gone.
She'll start moving in a second. There she go. There she
I don't
go.
know. We're
It worked.
talking about Trump. That's why. But no, I feel
Well, no,
like
that might be
I feel like it's
Trump,
gotten really
Donald
bad
Trump.
over the last
He
year or
chat.
so, where it's
yeah.
just like, how do we get to the
Well,
point where
well, you know the spiritual side of that, right? So the spiritual side of that, this is the age of Aquarius that we're in or coming into,
what that
and
mean?
Internet, yeah.
and we're in it, but like we're still in like it's still kind of a crossover phase. So
What that mean?
because of that, like this is the time that we're supposed to be more. Each of us individually is supposed to be more into our feminine and masculine balance within ourselves. What that means is
Oh shit.
we've been so used to, and the age of Pisces is kind of where the women took on the more masculine roles and the men took on the more feminine roles. I'm sure there'll be an argument about that, but feminine does not mean feminine in nature when we are talking about it in this aspect. It means your emotions. It means like your reactive part,
Okay.
your empathetic part. Like that's why the male trauma comes up the way it does because they're tapping into other things. They're being triggered differently. They're all being triggered to clean up
Mhm.
childhood trauma. So right now,
Mhm.
part of the age of Aquarius is for male and females to actually clean up their childhood trauma. And
Okay.
so your attachment styles and things like that that we accumulated that teach us how to date, um,
Uh-huh.
and really just
Mhm.
cleaning up those energies. But right now the struggle is that there are more males who do not understand how to go through their ego deaths. And because they don't use the resources the same way as females do, they are on a slower path. It is kind of up to
Mhm.
the feminines who are balanced in their energy, not the ones healing, to kind of put that information out there. Not necessarily to heal the men, but to put the information out there. Um,
Mhm.
and that's why therapy and all these other things are like, that's why we're trying to like clean up this whole
It's
like,
been
you know,
heightened. Yeah.
white people told us not to go to therapy, not us.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah, I
what I'm
got you.
And so it's too heavy for us to clean up on our own. Like we cannot clean it up. Like we can't
It's
date,
kind of crazy, but it's a lot going on. I just be like, what the fuck's going on?
but that's why is an imbalance of
Like
the.
the sensibilities are all off. Some people are like
So they're grabbing
socially
onto the old ideals because they don't know where to
right.
go next.
And it's like things that they've actually never seen, but they're just throwing this shit out there. And I'm like, I don't know about that, boo.
But it's
And
because they don't know where we're going.
and then and then the stability in personalities are
Mhm.
changing. People who I thought were very solid individuals inside,
Yep.
just like cracking like eggs,
Yep.
and that's scary to
Yep.
watch. Yeah, men
It,
and women, men and women.
it is scary, and
Um,
it's tough to watch. It's hard, and me
who you
being
telling?
an
Shayla?
empath and doing readings for people, like I see all of it, and it's like so.
The men in my family, especially, I was just like, what is happening? What is this? What is this? What is this? Why is this happening? Why? And then it's just this like, you're right, the ego, but also just like almost like you can't get through, like they're not listening.
But that's all ego. It's all ego
Okay.
because they're scared. They're terrified to tap into that, heal that, because that means you have to let go of a lot of things. You have to let go of those
Yeah, that's yeah. You have to
concepts
be
of the
ready.
3D world. And for men in particular, their nature is attached to the 3D world. Their
Yeah.
nature is attached to providing and bringing this to the table and physically having this. So they think if they let go of the 3D nature of it all and actually focus on the 5D level, which is the connection, the energy, the future work, all these things that they should value, it's like, well, if I don't have no money and no house and no car to give you, or I ain't got this to give you, and I got this, then like I might as well, I might as well be an anything dude. Like
But
that's how they act,
but that's strange because it goes directly against what I've been seeing is I ain't giving you shit.
right? Because then,
Like that's what
okay,
I'm
so
like.
here's
I don't understand
here's
what's
where
happening.
that came from. The I'm not giving you shit. This is the first step of us allowing men to understand what self care looks like and self help looks like. So they're in the selfish part of that, where
Okay.
they have taken some woman's words that told them to go take care of themselves and care about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. Da, 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 da. But they took it on with their ego.
Right.
And the point of it is to share with other humans your energy, to be able to share spaces with humans.
Mhm.
It's not about going to go get yourself together to the point that you're pushing people away and you stepping on people and you carrying people and you treating people like garbage because you trying to look out for self. No, you
Yeah,
just
that's how it's coming off. It's all
hours
coming
of
off like
karma.
that.
Now you're gonna have karma to clean up.
Yeah.
Yep. When you
Mhm.
put yourself first, it is based on you doing the work to make sure you're not bringing your baggage
Why do you look like that, Matthew?
into
Mhm.
the situation. Did he pause again?
Well, no, he just looks like. Why is that face making me big?
Not because I'm like, yeah, that's a,
And and
That's
and
right.
and it's
She's
scary.
hitting it
Like,
down.
it really is scary. So like that shadow work is scary, and we get so many levels of shadow work. Like I haven't done a tarot reading since like September
Why?
because I was just burnt out. I was tired of people like having their opinions about my shows or having their opinions about what I look like. And then I got burnt out personally.
Who
So
said that?
I was struggling with my personal life, my dating life, and trying to kind of deal with things that I had attained. And then it was about to start coming out in my reading. So I was like, I got to
Right.
break. And then like my confidence got shook a little bit. Like I had some things that shook my confidence. And I had to kind of just step back and be like, I don't feel right.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And it was
I've
like,
started to, yeah. I've
yeah.
started to watch myself from afar, and I
Hmm.
was like, you know what? I don't like any of this. I just start taking shit down. Like, oh, I don't need a personal Instagram. I don't need any of this. You know what? If you want to know me, you're gonna either know
Right.
me or you won't. And that's that. And that.
Yeah,
And that's
Kendall
it.
just said the people who can accept the changes that are happening will see this as a wonderful time of growth, but the people who are not able to accept the changes will have a harder time. And that's what's happening. People are
Mm-hmm.
resisting the change. They
Mm-hmm.
don't realize it's going to be such a
Harder.
lighter change. It's going to be such a lighter change, but you got to get through that work.
It's gonna be good for you.
You got to get through. And what people don't realize, this was a great time to get through the work because you're not being judged right now. You in the house, you can get as messy in your shadow work as you need to.
Hmm. Well, if you
I
are
tell
in
people
the
all the
house.
time, learn your demons and name them.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
important to be aware.
Oh my
And I
god.
think men are not used to having to hold themselves accountable for these demons that come out. And they don't know to get to know them. Like it's not about shying them away. It's not about hiding them away and then letting them pop out all crazy. It's about being able
Yeah.
to control them.
They're the way they think sometimes, like the band-aid situation that they be trying to do. I be like, yo, that's gonna bite you in the ass in
That's how we
five,
were
four,
conditioned.
three,
That's
two,
how
one.
a lot of society
But
was
I mean, and it
conditioned,
does. And
Yeah.
but they're
especially in
exhausted.
the Western world. It's
You said
all
what,
about
Matt?
the band. I said this is how we've been conditioned, especially in the
Mhm.
Western world.
Mhm.
Um, to just put a quick fix on something, try to get the fastest bond and fix
Mhm.
on there that you can and keep it moving for as long as that
Mhm.
little fix will last, and then try to
Mhm.
hopefully it doesn't break any further anytime
That's
soon.
true.
But
Yep.
that doesn't work,
Sure
that doesn't
enough.
work. And it's because you have to go inside. If you did you disinfect this fucking wound before you just put the band-aid on it?
Mm-mm.
So
Nope.
you got it festering on the inside, and then you're gonna have to do more work later.
Humans are selfish. That's why too. Like we're so
Mhm.
selfish in nature that a lot of us know when we're bringing someone in our energy and when we're not okay, but we know it's going to make us feel better at the time, and we are reckless with that, and that seeps into the other person, and it seeps
Woo.
into your relationships, and then it seeps out to the other people they dealing with. Like, and that's why I've been just trying to be more responsible about my actions, like and
Yeah, me too.
responsible about my vetting process and who I
Mhm.
allow in my energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Yeah, man. That's smart. And I just thought about you, right? I feel like the last probably two or three relationships I've been in were people like looking at me like a haven of sorts because I wasn't I was probably a lot further ahead healed than they were.
right.
And they needed to feel some type of healing and
Woo!
goodness.
That means they was stuck in the woods.
Yep.
This nigga said they were stuck in the woods. Hey, you know how
Um,
funny that.
Kendall
I mean,
said,
'cause you was in the streets. So
"Look, so Matt,
Man,
y'all are stupid. Y'all are so stupid."
oh my god. I be looking like, what was I thinking?
So look,
Hmm.
Kendall is
he was like, the road right here, y'all.
I'm gonna wait till Matt is finished.
The road is right here. Oh damn. I'm sorry, Kendall. What?
Okay, so um Kendall is Kendall is black. He's a part of the LGBTQ community. And
Okay.
he was saying that the conversations that are being held are being had are amazing. These conversations have been happening amongst ourselves, and now it seems like the water community, the is the the community is starting to suddenly become aware of the inequalities and injustice that's been happening, the crazy hypocrisies that were prevalent everywhere. And I think that's a part of it too. Like,
With
actually, I think
awakening.
that break, but that's like why everything feels so heated. Like,
Yeah.
me and Matthew were talking about the BLM movement and some of the wording and verbiage they were choosing, but I understand there's an intensity, especially in the Black male community right now,
Yes.
with the trans community, with like that's a whole other issue we're trying to heal, and there is like this
Yeah, that's true.
very alpha toxic
Ugh.
energy spewing, but it's
It's
because we have not
crazy.
found a way to embrace both sides, both cis men and the men in
Yeah.
the community who feel disrespected, because of their indifferences and their intolerance of each other. And it's happening on all sides. Like, because even though
Mhm.
both sides are talking to each other crazy.
It's men, black men
Black
lunching.
men
Like,
Men.
period.
are
Like, we'll
struggling with
talk
each
about
other.
it straight up. Like, black
And
men as a whole
more sensitive men are being like banged in the
chastised. Yeah, I get
head.
chastised. Like, it's the violent opposition to the divine feminine and energies of the times and things like that. And because men are thinking that they hearing all this feminine, they think that that is going to diminish you from being a man, not understanding what a divine feminine is. See, I embrace my divine feminine when I'm in the woods, and this is how I try to explain it to the men. When you're in
Mhm,
the woods, if you're tracking, you hunting, or you on a patrol mission as a soldier, or you out in these streets like you
mhm.
on some, like, yeah, mission, right? Where it's
Right.
some life or death, or you're doing something like what we
Mhm.
consider manly, right?
Right.
When you find a trail or you
Mhm.
find a path
Mhm.
or you start to see things that are not normal to the naked eye that help you to accomplish your mission or make it easier for you to track your prey, etc., that we consider man skills, those are
Right.
your divine feminine, because that's intuition, idiot. That's what I try to get. Like, you got to understand what these things really mean, and it's a violent opposition against
Mhm.
these things because they don't understand them. And then there's this old mentality that was created by a patriarchal
Yep.
mindset to
Yep.
bully our way into power and leadership. And you don't have to communicate, you could just like beat people up, or just like the best fighter wins, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so that's pushing away because we don't need fighting the same way anymore. I don't need to fight you to prove my point. Like,
Yeah.
so that's not, you not getting all the jumps because you the best warrior no more. Like,
And so,
that's
like, people make fun of me all the time because, like, y'all will see me, like, I'll go off on causes and I'll go off on every cause. They don't have a cause. It don't have to do anything with me personally, but it's because I just don't like how we talk to each other as humans, like, in general. Like, I hate how we talk. Like, I tell people all the time, like, y'all know, like, I'll get up in the rafters if I gotta stand up for myself. But most times, like, I honestly would prefer if I never have to raise my voice with a man. Like, I would prefer if I never have to do that.
Me
I
too.
would like to be in a space where I never have to do that, where I can always be my most vulnerable self, my most chill self, and not have to worry about getting up there with you all the way up there.
Yeah.
Like, because I just
Oh no.
don't want it.
I just had this conversation with someone, and they were like, women are just so volatile. Nah, nah, nah. And I'm like, listen, we grew up in the same community you did. So if you're volatile, and we
Right,
are considered prey in the same
right,
community as
right,
you, I'm
right.
going to be volatile if you push
Right.
me there.
And we have
If
too
you,
much masculine. Our masculine energy is super heightened right now
but it's
because
for,
we had
and
to take
I
on
said it
so many.
on
We
both
had to take
ends.
on too many responsibilities. We had to take on too many
Yeah.
responsibilities,
But it's
and
also on both ends. It's a means of survival.
we had
Like
to
I
survive.
have to survive, so I'm not going to key my way down the street. That's not going to work.
So
I'm gonna get
really, what's
snatched up.
happening is
Yeah.
we are all both male and female in our male masculine energy.
Hmm.
That is why we're bumping heads. That's why the traditional thing is not working. That's why all these things,
Mhm.
we haven't found a way to make that strong
Because
and
people won't stop
attractive.
preying
We
on
have
each
not
other.
taught men that being a power couple is attractive.
Child, I can't take the
That's
power
a
couple
female,
shit.
that's a female thing, and
I
but
don't get it.
you have to because that's the problem.
I don't understand.
The issue is that people are uncomfortable with the idea of a power couple because that means that we're equivalent. We both are able to hold our own, but we both make each other better.
Well,
That's
I guess
exactly
that.
that is what a power couple is.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't like the terminology.
Because we're taught that there's something wrong with that.
I just thought
But
that
that
was
is
a
exactly who
couple.
you are.
Isn't that what a couple is? Like, that's the point of a couple. I don't understand this not power couple. Who are these motherfuckers? Like, why would you want to do that?
When have we had equivalent relationships? What you talking about?
Oh,
That's what
just
we're fighting
different.
about, Lily.
The power in the power couple is the
The
development of
respect.
your
It's not
the
the mutual.
development of your relationship, the way
Yes,
you
okay. There
build
you go.
your
Mutual
foundation
respect.
and continue to add upon it. That's what makes it powerful.
You're
There's
bringing
different
things
levels.
to
Like
the table,
we got to stop
whatever
thinking
that
like
is.
uh uh because when we think
Monetary.
about, yeah, we got to stop thinking about
It
that
doesn't mean
physical
monetary.
monetary value.
I don't look at it like monetary
Some
though.
of these couples that we look at as power couples aren't just powerful because of their money. It's because of like what we see in their relationship, how they have built
Mm,
or something that is strong for them withstanding things. Like
okay.
every year Beyonce and Jay-Z are more of a power couple because we see them withstand things. Like they've started to have things that we can see
Mhm.
them go
You
through.
really fucking know what's going on. I mean, I guess okay. Here's where I break off with that. I love that idea and all that. I think we
What
need
I
that. But like Beyonce, Jay-Z, like I need something on a level of what I can actually see, right?
Well, that's what I'm
So
talking about. Like,
so that's what I'm saying. I can't.
You want
Oh,
somebody that's going to be able to appreciate what you do for yourself, but also what y'all can bring to the table for each other.
yeah,
That's
of
what
course.
power couple is.
That's my idea of a relationship. Period. That's all I saw growing up in my house.
That ain't the idea of
So
nobody else's relationship. So you cannot walk around dating like that, Lily, because no one will know what you're
right.
talking.
And I will say my example of
that's
something
what
on a
I
level
said.
that I can see is my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our personal Jay and Bay, Bo and Erica.
Mo
Like
and Erica, the J
regardless,
Bay of the
withstanding,
crew.
like to see a couple withstanding things and being strong and building together in a positive way, like that is the type of things that I'm talking about. Like the things that
Yeah. Okay.
outweigh the monetary stuff. That's what's powerful. Like
Okay,
when
that
there's
so we're there. We are here because I'm like I deem my mom and all of her friends who have been married for 40 fucking years, like all of them to me are power couples because they have now they're older, but they're like they have their crew of people that they do the same stuff with. Like I've seen that my whole life. Now I don't know what's going on behind closed doors in everybody's relationships, but the ones that I do know about, everybody worked, everybody brought something to the table. There is mutual
they
respect there. Like I don't.
withstanded
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And there was stuff,
and they
health stuff, all kind of family stuff.
So understand, like when I say it too, like it doesn't mean you can't be in a traditional relationship and be
Mm.
a power couple. I don't know how we got to the power couple being such a monetary thing, but I
Right.
see
That's why I was like, I don't agree with that
when
part.
I come.
right.
This is, and we've talked about this before. When I talked about the 100 and then we create our 100, right? 300. That's
Hmm.
how I see it. I see it as the three.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. I
So
like
you
your
come
idea.
with your 100, I come with my 100, and what I mean by my 100 is I'm willing to always uh work to achieve or stay in my 100 zone. Like I am always willing to get help for myself, do the things that I need to do to stay at my 100.
Yeah,
Right.
my
That
self
but
care
that's
is
the
never gonna stop.
50-50. See, this is
My self care is
that's
never gonna
see,
stop.
this is where people forget, don't understand the 50-50. See, I got 100, you got 100. I just got 50. You just got 50. Let's put our 50 together and make that other 100.
Right.
That's the
Mhm.
50-50. It's
That's the
not
part.
taking, I'm 100, so I'm going to give 50, you give 50. No,
Y'all
no.
should not be
No, we,
walking around talking about you got half my heart, you my lung. I need you.
My
Like,
you
ribs.
can't live on half the heart. You
and that's
That's
dead.
what I
my
be telling
ribs.
people. I was
If
like,
you
I
lose
was
one
so
of
mad.
these aortas in
Okay, I
here,
can ask Lily now. I can ask Lily now. So I asked
That's
Matthew
my
this.
rib.
Lily, I asked Matthew this question the other day. I said, how can we talk about emotions and love in relationships, romantic relationships, right? In a way that is not such a level of like such a big deal, right? So men are terrified of using it improperly or it's used improperly for other reasons. And
Mhm.
it becomes this whole thing, right? You're always working up to this like I love you, I love you, I love you. He doesn't love me, I love him or whatever, right? And then when people drop the L bomb, it's a whole thing, right? I was
So
telling Matt, I
stupid.
was like, how do we start communicating and teaching this at a very young age that like first of all anybody who stays in your energy by choice should be somebody you love. I don't care if it's your friends, I don't
Yeah.
care if it's your whatever is around you, you should love. If you don't, you shouldn't be hanging out with them anyway.
Mhm.
But how do we get it to a point where like it stays important that you share your emotions, but it doesn't become this thing that like it breaks women's hearts and men are, in their rooms stressing out for like 87 years because they scared to say it because they think like everything is attached to monogamy and relate in the word boyfriend girlfriend and relationship. So like I'm trying
Mhm.
to figure out how do we teach it in a way where it doesn't have the pressure and we're actually like intellectually learning that these emotions are like the most normal things to feel.
and I could be
I
like, I love you, and I'm not trying to freaking marry you.
Right.
well,
Like
it's not
ever. I
just
can
that.
love, like I want that, like that's, you got to be serious on that level. Like I should be able to say I love you. You should be able to say I love you and not
'Cause that's how you
want
feel.
to marry that person ever.
But I think love is one of the most
You
like
know,
obvious emotions, and because
like
it's so obvious, um we have decided to make it a joke. We have decided to pervert it. We have decided to
make it
uh
so too serious.
monetize monetize off of it, right? So it's because it's
It's a
so simple
pressure
and
point.
basic.
Like we created it into like a pressure point.
It
We
well,
put
but
so much pressure on love. We've
that
put
too,
so much pressure,
but here's the thing though.
not
Out of
realizing it's
all of
levels.
the pressure and the monetizing and the whatever, and my dad told me this, like at the end of the day, who the fuck's gonna care when you're on your sick bed and dying? The people that loved you
Mhm.
or love you. And that's as real as it gets. Like, okay, so you spent your whole 20s
Mhm.
either looking for love or running away from it, whatever you want
Mhm.
to call it.
Fact.
However you handled your 20s and 30s, whatever.
Fact.
Cool. All right. You spent it doing all of the stuff, poly, then you went to monogamy, then you joined the cult. I mean, people did some wild shit, okay? And that's great. I think having those experiences are great. Whatever your experiences are great. Whatever you decided to do, right? It
Shit,
is what it
go
is. But
join
my thing
Mhm.
is at the end of the fucking day, you're going to need a community of people who actually give a damn about you, love you, because
Facts.
you're going to either age. If you don't age, you're going to pass away.
Right.
Before that, we just lost a high school friend. It's like we're not even 40 yet.
Right. But
And
Mhm.
I
it's
mean,
like
but
at
that's
a
what's
certain
scary,
point,
I think.
none of this matters whether you had 1,000 women or 1,000 men, or whether you stay with one person since you was 16 and whatever. It's like none of it matters. It is just literally an emotion, just like if you walk outside
And
and
breathe.
you get irritated because
Breathe
it's
and
hot.
get irritated or happy or sad.
Yeah, because we've taken out the levels of
So
love and
stupid.
only created love to be these sacred things that either you only love your family and you can only
You can
love
prove it.
The
you can
person that you're
only
gonna be
love
with forever.
a person
One person.
ever. And then
Yeah, but
anything
that's
else,
crazy.
I felt that immediately in life because I
but
came
that
out
it
liking
doesn't
everybody.
even make sense. If you
I like
believe in
everybody.
anything,
The
most
thing
things
is
say
what is your nature? Everybody's nature is different. And I think that's the first thing that needs to happen because we wouldn't have all this gay like bashing and like hate and stuff because it's your nature. Once you get a certain age, you kind of know what your nature is. I knew very early on, I don't really want to do all of that. I don't want to be involved in a bunch of different no. I'm cool with one person at a time. I'm cool with that. And I am still cool with that. I know a lot of people that were like totally different back in the day, and now that I'm older, I'm like, and we're all older, and they got a wife and a little friend on the side and an open relationship with you. I could see that because that was your nature to begin with. So teaching people about different types of nature, or some
Hmm.
boys like boys and some girls like girls. The nature, like getting back to what comes up for you naturally is very important to me.
But
I'm
what you're
very
talking
big on that.
about, but what you're talking about is the concept that I kind of talk about is like I don't care. I literally, y'all, do not care what people do unless you are hurting, harming.
Mhm.
If you are causing all types of karma up and down the block because you're hurting and not being transparent and lying and being
Yeah.
deceitful, like those are the things I care about. I could care less how many junks you smashing, how many dudes
Right.
you with, who you not with, what type of people you with. I don't care about none of that. I ultimately care about like people treating people right,
Yeah.
you treating people right, and me being treated right. Like that's like the rest of it. If you're not hateful with it, like only reason I disagree and get in arguments with any human is because something has been said or whatever has been said that is alluding to pain for someone. It may not be for me. It
Yeah.
could be somebody else or
Mhm.
another demographic you're talking about or whatever. But if I feel like what you're saying out of your mouth ultimately could hurt somebody else, I am ultimately
Mhm.
going to argue you to death. Like I just because I don't like it. I don't like it. Just feels gross, and
And
I
that's
just don't
in your
care
nature.
about politics. I don't care about
Yeah, that's in your nature to sort of
domination and
correct
oppression. I don't
correct some of the energy. Yeah. I think
care.
that's a lot of clairvoyant people like to do that. Like that's their and it's in your nature to like sort of straighten out like wavy energy that don't need to be there. I think those people are necessary just like a firefighter is necessary, the police is necessary. We need people who are just physically strong to pick up shit and lift shit and build shit. Men, we need people who are smart and good with numbers and like everybody has a role. And when you start looking at things that way and teaching kids very young that way, you
Mhm.
don't get to talk shit about the weird girl in the corner or the weird boy in the corner because they have a role and you need to be worried about your role. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that that's how we start because that just sort of trickles down into how to love the neighbor, how to love your community, how to like care about other people without getting anything from it.
absolutely.
I think that's one of the main reasons why I always say growing up in Southeast was very interesting because there was a level of like just community that I haven't seen. I mean, I see it now in my neighborhood now, but like back then there was a level of community before it got really bad that you just don't see a whole lot of anymore. And like that was interesting to me. Like there were just certain things you don't do or you can't do to certain people in the neighborhood because they're elderly or they're kids or there's, all off or maybe mentally challenged or something like that. And it just was like a protective cloak over them everywhere they went. Like, oh, you can't do that to that
Right.
person. And of course, we got into some things, and then things that have never been the same. But like that needs to come back because everybody has a role. Like
So
if there's a
here's what's so interesting about just like all of these ideas, right? I was thinking about the idea of like the age of Aquarius, which I'm now realizing just in this moment you were talking and it just kind of put it together for me. I'm laughing because so like okay, when you grow up in a Christian household and you learn the Bible and you learn about the
Mhm.
end of the world and the end of days and all this other stuff, right? You
Oh my
start
lord.
things, you look at the breakdown of it, like And you see the similarities when we're in rough times of the world, and when stuff has happened, there are absolutely similarities to those stories. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
what I've also realized is a part of those stories, the reason I have a conflict with it is because I can see how, like, the idea of an age of Aquarius, what is supposed to come with that, are actually the same signs that are at the end of days. But the
Yeah, they
age of
say that that just
the
means
age
the
of
end of
Aquarius
the age.
is
Yeah.
really the awakening of so many different humans that
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that and really seeing
I
how
agree.
the Bible could have possibly been used to, kind of terrify people and to scare them
Mhm.
away from the openness that was going to happen because we're coming back into nature.
Propaganda.
Yeah, right. So, but because we're coming back into nature, the things that would matter the least would be gender
Did
and
you wait? Did you watch Zeitgeist?
and all these other things, huh?
Oh
Did
yeah.
you watch Zeitgeist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did I watch what?
No, the Koya. I know Matt, we watched that joint like 30 times. Like, Koya, did you watch Zeitgeist?
No.
You
You
need to
didn't
watch
watch
that
that
tonight.
Did I watch it?
She
back in
didn't
the
watch it because that's
wow.
exactly what they were saying on the movie.
Mm-mm. I didn't
There's a
watch it.
documentary. It was
Okay.
they broke it down how you broke it down, but they had the visuals and stuff about the end
Oh,
of times versus the end of an age in astrology. So you need to watch that. It was lit.
oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I was like, did you see the movie? I
Mm-mm.
mean, I know you already knew that, but I'm like, that was exactly what they said, and it made so much sense.
Well, it makes perfect sense, and
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to seeing that play out. But that's why, I kind
Me
of
too.
that's why
We need a
I'm
new crop of
making
humans.
myself,
We need
you
a
know,
new crop of human. We have worn this crop out. This crop is done.
I mean,
Stick a
people
fork
hate
in
me
it.
right now. Every time I get into an argument with somebody, especially men, it is usually about the things that I'm speaking of because
I
those
don't,
are the things the hardest for traditional men to let go of. Those constructs are going to be the hardest for them.
the constructs are what keeps them at the top of the food chain.
Cause
Mm-hmm.
like, and
It's,
when they
it's just
realize
like with white folk.
when they
It's just
realize
like with white folk.
the chain doesn't matter,
Right.
that's when
It's just like with white people. You be like,
they're gonna be like, "What was I working towards? Nothing, bro. We're all on the same bandwidth. We're right here,
like,
bro."
oh my God, the only difference is you have that and I have this. But everything else is the same.
Like the only
It's
top of the food
exactly
chain
the
is
same.
gonna be if you still in the 3D world and we moving up to the 5D. Now that's where you gonna get
I
lost.
love those arguments. I'll be like, but other than that, everything else is the same, bro.
So
There's
I
no
think
difference.
I think I'm just
And
interested to. I mean,
now
this is gonna be
science says I can get one of those and you can get one of mine. Like, what are we
right,
talking about right now? You want
but
to
I
lead
think
what? Why do you need to lead me?
I
Why? Because
just
you
want
have
us
that?
to work
Is that why?
together.
So stupid.
I want us to work better together.
I want to be left the hell alone.
See what I'm
Like,
saying?
I want a sign on my head that says, please do not come over here with that crazy shit.
Have you check
Because
your phone? Do you see a cash app? Because this is it right here. See all this? I want to be alone. I just put a meme up about somebody like you.
no, no, no. I'm not saying I want to be alone. Like, I'm saying I am tired of hearing that shit.
I
Like,
know.
at a certain point, we have to just treat
What?
them like lepers. Like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Get the fuck out of here. No one is okay with that. Nobody. You sound crazy. Like, we gotta start calling that shit crazy. We call
I
actual people who have like real
yeah.
mental stuff going on crazy.
Call,
That's
I
crazy.
call those people crazy all the time. That's why I'm fighting with people all the time.
I really don't like that because what it does to me is it makes me feel like for some reason, because you have a penis, all of a sudden you have some divine authority over the household and the family and the community. What are you talking about?
She said,
Why?
she said penis.
I because that's the only reason that I could that there's no other explanation. They've not been able to break it down to me. No,
Nah,
man.
The
I
world
mean,
didn't want to
I've
do that
heard a
shit. That's why
breakdown.
I be wondering what the fuck
I've
wrong with
heard the breakdowns. They don't make any sense, nor will I waste my time repeating them. But
And I'm like, we've been carrying the community. How long? We're all doing what we got to do.
so
You can't just decide to go rogue and be a leader. Everyone is leading, bro. Like we don't have the option right now. Everybody got to pick up a shovel, a broom, something.
everybody.
Nobody gives a fuck. You want to be the class president? This is what you
No,
want to do right
Matthew
now?
was just saying that like everybody has to lead at
I'm
some
so
point.
sick of this shit. And then, but the people
Matthew,
that are doing that, they're like so many young men are gravitating towards that thought process, and they're perverting it because, of course, when you're young, you don't know any better.
yeah,
And then the older men that keep perpetrating it, it's like, look, if we put the facts on the table, you are not leading shit
yeah,
because you have to have something to lead.
right, right. And I don't know.
Everybody want to be everybody want to be a
It's
president, class
tired.
president.
They're not tired. Like everybody should be tired. I be tired.
That's where my sentiment is. I'm done. I want the sign on my head. I'm gonna get a tattoo right here.
I
Leave
be
me alone. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know about your
tired.
philosophy.
Matthew will get in a conversation with a human, and if they say one thing that he knows is just
Just
like
walk away.
absurd, he would just like he'll be like, "Why? Like I just
I'll
like
walk away. I've been walking away from conversations since I was 10 years old. I would just walk the fuck off. Oh, I don't know. And walk off.
that's
Okay. Do a whole bout face.
that is hilarious,
And
Matthew."
usually I get cursed out for it. But no one cares. I'm just sick of it and I'm tired because what it does, that train of thought right there, when you're in a social setting, that's when men think they can talk to you sexually nasty, crazy, like they don't even know. You don't even know me. This is what you're saying. Like all of that breeds all that like disrespect and like looking down on another person, especially a woman.
Mhm.
That
Yep.
breeds it because you done got in your head somewhere that
So
you're up
Matthew, how do you
here
fix
on the food chain in the community, and it's like you're not though. None
how
of
do
us
we
like.
fix it, Matthew?
I just hate that part. I hate that. I really hate, and I think it's ruining our community. It has been ruining for a very long time.
It is. Matthew, how do we fix it?
I don't know,
You're the
Matthew. How do we fix
you're
it?
the man on the panel.
You're the man. You're the leader. How do we fix it?
They just need to
Matthew
listen
be
to you.
trying.
What the
Hey,
fuck,
let me say
y'all?
something,
Because
Willie.
I've just had to
Nah,
listen. I don't
let
want
me
to
say
really
something. Matthew
like.
be out here working hard, dog, for his
I
main.
know.
Okay, he.
Matt is a very an anomaly, and I think that's why we all know it. We're all anomalies, but we need to find more anomalies. That's the part of
Ain't
the
nobody
100 that I
finding
really
me.
fucking love. I love that part of the 100, the anomalies. That's
We
just deep.
not. Ain't nobody finding me. Ain't nobody transcend yet.
Ain't no way.
We have to find more of our tribe, y'all.
For
People are
all
crazy.
mankind, I'm right
I
here.
just
Welcome
watched
to
one of them
DC.
Kevin Samuel
I
things. I was
think
like, why would y'all be listening to this craziness? He's crazy.
it's crazy,
I don't
dog.
even want to go. I don't even want to start down that road right now.
Oh
It's
no, we're gonna
too
dedicate a
late
whole
in the
show to it.
stream to go back down that road.
But it's
Yeah,
actually crazy. It was like, oh, this is crazy. What
we
is
can't.
Ayala saying?
We cannot go down
Baby
that
making
shit. That
behavior.
shit is a rabbit hole. We can't do it right
But I'm
now.
just saying that mentality
I
is
know that
it should be
mentality.
deemed you're actually crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I said we can't go down there because I got so many different things to say about that in general. Like,
I would just
I
beg
want
for.
to ask, like, what therapy have you done? Like, what gives you
It
the
doesn't matter.
right to even think that what
I
you
think I
say
heard him
should
say
be listened
today
to?
that
But no worries.
he was divorced twice and
It
that
doesn't
he
matter what he's been through. He's
was
crazy.
a relationship coach or some shit.
Once
Nah,
you say
man,
some
he's
crazy
a
stuff,
fucking
I don't care what you've been through. You crazy.
image coach. He's not has nothing to do. That's why his shit is convoluted, and that's why I said we're gonna go down in the rabbit hole
Anyone can do that. I
of
can
that
coach
mentality. That
relationships.
mentality,
There's
right?
no business doing that.
Like you got to be responsible doing stuff like that.
So
That's
Yeah.
what
why
I'm
are
saying. It's
they
not happening.
calling the show?
I don't know, but I don't
Because
want to.
it's
I
just
don't want
they're
to go into it.
crazy.
Like I really don't. Like that's a
Okay,
whole
yeah, I
nother.
don't either.
Like I
We're having
really
a
don't.
great discussion, and I don't want to taint it. I already talked about him.
I'll say this though.
We
There
need
the
to.
brokenness it goes to everyone. Everybody gets the brokenness, pieces of it, whatever. You have women who think like men, and there's a book about it, and and it was like one of the best
Written
books
by a
ever.
man.
Apparently,
It was a very interesting book, though.
I read that trash, and I was like, you know what? This is
Some of
ridiculous.
it was good information.
Let's work on this for our next topic. Like we can. I think it's
Yeah,
time for us to get into these topics and just get it
Well,
out.
when y'all want to have that discussion, I will not be on here because I will take over the show because I'll be so passionate. So I would just be an audience
you're
member.
gonna be passionate, but we're gonna shut you down with half of that because you be convoluted over there sometimes too, Slim.
No, I'm not. I like to
Yeah,
be
it
controversial.
wasn't trash. There were some gems in that book, son. The title was trash. That's what was trash.
Right.
The
And I'm.
title was.
Okay,
I'm
I ain't gonna call the man book trash because
we
you
not
know what
going.
it is.
We don't have to. We don't have to go because it's like
No,
we
you're
keep
right.
going. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
That's why I
But
said
I
we
didn't
gonna put
mean
the time
trash
on.
like it wasn't good. I just meant I don't know why you made so much money off that because my dad said the same shit for 45
Your
years.
dad didn't say to everybody
He didn't
Well,
write a
I
book.
know, but that's just like it was unimpressive. That's all. That's all. That's all.
because you
Tell
already
your
knew the
dad to put that
information.
shit on some paper.
Your
He
daddy should have
should.
wrote a book.
Y'all could print that motherfucker, publish it. We could make some money. What you mean?
Right, he'll have
Yeah,
some different tips.
he got gems too.
His
I
shit
just
gonna be
don't know.
different. We
Yeah,
just
I
put
was
our
like,
money
oh,
to it.
okay.
write the
I'm just
book.
adding
Uh,
this in.
it was good. It was a good book. But yeah,
Good guy.
this is a
Well,
very good
yes,
show.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for
These
coming
my best
out.
friends.
Everybody else that's left here, I don't know who's left here. Who's left here? Thank you for being here. Yeah, so
I keep interrupting her saying that's my best friend.
That is
yeah,
childish as fuck.
so yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this super random conversation of socializing in the pandemic on all levels.
I'm
Oh
This
not
is
man.
we're gonna
socializing.
lead up to the juicy topics because we still really never went all the way in with the men and all the way in with the women. We haven't done that yet. Kevin
We don't
Samuels
need to do it.
a whole show.
Right.
Now
And
y'all
now
got
we phase
topics.
we have to. We still got your topic on the burner. We're gonna go ahead and
Y'all
pull
can
that
put
out.
my topic away. I don't
Season
even
two,
care no
we
She
more.
gonna
always come in to seep her topic in though. You see how she do that though?
I
She
don't even
good
care
at
about that topic no more. That topic is done. I have
yeah.
decided for everybody. These niggas is crazy. Okay, we're done. And
and
in
we're gonna end
scene.
on that. I love all of y'all, men and women. I love all of you people
And
that
I
are
meant
here,
niggas as in people, not just men.
all the
Everybody
humans,
crazy.
crazy and not
Everybody.
crazy. But all right.
Everybody. Hey.
You better.
And you better.
So what my ladies at? When hey look, they want to throw that ass in the circle.
Hey.
Throw that ass in the circle. I want to throw that ass in the circle.
Hold on. Everybody stand up. Don't put the cash up
I
on.
want to throw that ass in the
No, no,
circle.
no, no,
I want to throw that ass in the circle.
Hey, no,
Throw
I'm done.
that ass in the circle.
Man, put
Trying to
that
put me
cash up
out.
on me.
Your best friend, that's my best friend. Your best friend, that's
That's
my
my
best
best
friend.
friend. I'm not dancing on camera.
You better. You